Hell yeah, maybe we're gonna see my new beer at back screen.
J'ai hâte de voir, toi, qu'est-ce que tu cook.
J'ai rien cook de choses physiques. J'ai cook de l'entertainment tonight. I'm too autistic to write my thoughts down. I'll let you post this in the DH Discord.
Envoie-moi la sauce.
Yeah. I'm gonna post it everywhere else. You can post it in DH because you're not promoting DH.
Non, exactement. Ouais. Je vais même rajouter un petit message, un petit commentaire dans le truc de DH.
Okay.
J'ai dit message de la part de Fallen Sanctum, le garçon banni, le démon.
Oh, it didn't copy the links. It didn't copy the links. Why didn't I copy the links?
Qu'est-ce qu'il a pas copié?
No, no, no. I didn't copy the links. I'm gonna copy paste. I will be posting. There you go.
On va ouvrir Twitch et YouTube pour le chat.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I clicked the multi-stream button. Right. I have to do this, boop, so that way I can see if someone types a message in my thing. No. Yeah, let's just hope that for Eternal's quality's sake, that everything isn't played the same day. And by that, I mean
Les playoffs,
Prestige and Academy. Yep. All right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your boy, the Fallen Sanctum, and of course, yeah, I got a fresh cut. We got some nice autistic women on the screen, and we're gonna be getting ready to have some fun with Lagan. Uh, I had planned to get things organized a little bit sooner, but let's just say, life sometimes has a way of fucking things up. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me get some gulps because I need oxygen. All right, so Essentially, what we're gonna do is I have confessionals from just about every team captain that was willing to participate. Everyone else who ghosted me, well, you ghosted me. So, big middle finger. But it also just means you were too scared of the backlash. All right, give me a second. All right. So, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna message Tumble Pump real quick because he should be online. We'll start with him. Normally we start with Vince, but we're just gonna get the Tumble Pump one out of the way. So Vince, I'm gonna ask that you shut the fuck up when I do the interview. You will be muted.
Parfait.
My interview.
Je vais aller sur la coque chair.
Yeah. And we're gonna have fun. So essentially, the confessionals are very small statements that I had most of the team captains make, and yeah, we cover three things. One, information about the team, if the team ended up playing to expectations, and going forward, if the team's going to be staying together. Very simple questions, you know. And last but not least, I gave them a free segment if they wanted to do a little bit of yapatroning, just a little bit about whatever the fuck they want to talk about. Right? And also, I did promise whatever team, if they get to finals, not semifinals, finals, we can do a team interview. So some people are looking forward to it, but they've got hurdles they got past. They got to get past Chiefs and or High Seven to be able to make it to finals. Same rule applies for High Seven and or the Chiefs.
On m'avait pas fait stuff-là encore. Là.
No, you hadn't heard it because you didn't take the early interview, so I didn't have a chance to let you know. All right, can we add Tumble Pump to the call?
I mean, je l'ai pas en ami sur.
Okay, how do I do it? Alright, give me a second. Okay.
Tu l'as en ami, tu payes sur le plus, là t'écris son nom au Discord, puis.
Okay, I'm gonna add friend.
Sinon, si c'est moins compliqué, on peut aller, mettons, sur ton Discord dans une room. Là.
You know what? That's so smart. We'll have to do that for future things, because then I truly. All right. Look. All right. Hello, Mr. Double Pope. So obviously, I don't have to press the record button because we are live here on Twitch and YouTube. So how you doing?
Ça va très bien, ça va très bien. How about you?
I'm doing great. Okay, so I'm going to be speaking in English. You can speak in French for the interview. I'm going to be covering three things. You know, we'll have a free segment to do a bit of yapatroning right after, if you feel like it, but it is very optional. Okay, so the first thing the three things I'm gonna cover are: one, information about the team, you know, like how you felt playing the season. Two, if you guys ended up playing towards your team's expectations, and if you didn't, well, you didn't. And three, going forward, do you think the roster is gonna make any roster changes? Going past playoffs, like for, I don't know, by Eternals, Winter, or whatever other leagues you may partake. Are you ready to begin, sir?
Yep.
All right, so here we go. So, welcome, guys. My name is The Fallen Sanctum. Of course, it's a little weird to do an intro while we're already live. So, and I'm here with Tumble Pump, team captain for Team Extreme, and we're gonna squeeze a few questions up. So, yeah, first and foremost, well, you already heard the three questions. So, for the first question, Tumble Pump, tell us a bit about Team Extreme.
Team Extreme, on est vraiment une équipe de potes. On n'est pas, on joue parce qu'on a du fun à jouer ensemble, puis on est tous des amis IRL, fait que c'est toujours vraiment cool. de jouer. Puis on se rend aussi loin qu'on peut se rendre avec le temps qu'on peut jouer, les pratiques qu'on a le temps de faire, qu'on peut en faire. Mais c'est ça, on priorise toujours d'avoir du fun.
Okay, all right. That's good to hear. All right, going then secondly, this season seemed a little bit more rough than it has been for you guys since you guys joined Eternal. So, did you end up managing to play to current expectations, or did you guys fall a little bit short?
On est tombé, je pense, un peu plus bas que Expectation. Je pense pas qu'on s'attendait à devoir serrer les fesses de même pour se qualifier en playoff. Là, ça s'est joué à une game hier soir. Fait que je dirais qu'on s'attendait probablement à se classer un petit peu plus haut. Mais honnêtement, quart de finale, c'était pas mal où est-ce qu'on voulait être. Puis c'est là qu'on est en ce moment. Fait que je pense que même si ça a été plus tough que prévu, on s'est rendu où est-ce qu'on voulait aller.
All right, sounds good. And speaking of going past playoffs, I don't know if that's something you guys think about or if you're a team that focuses on like one thing at a time. Do you think this roster is going to end up staying together?
Tant qu'on a du fun, oui. Peut-être pas pour la Eternal, parce que je pense pas que je vais pouvoir la faire saison prochaine. Puisque je joue pour l'université de Sherbrooke en même temps, puis ça devient beaucoup dans mon horaire.
Oh,
Mais on va peut-être, on verra pour le reste du club qu'est-ce qu'ils décident de faire là. Mais on n'a pas vraiment parlé past
playoffs,
la saison
okay.
en ce moment.
I'm gonna add in one bonus question, and this is a question to the entire audience that's listening, because I know most of the team captains are here. Okay, including you. All right, for the love of God, I beg you guys, please do not schedule all 4 fucking playoff games for quarterfinals the same fucking day. I swear to God. I swear to God, if you guys all schedule them Sunday at 7 p.m., I'm gonna come find you. Like, please, I want to make content for this league, and if you guys are the only hindrance in this league, please find it in your heart to play fucking Saturday, and I'll convince prestige teams to play fucking Monday and Tuesday, okay? Like, please, for the love of God, do not play 4 quarterfinals and 4 semifinals on 2 different Sundays. Please, 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 please find it in your schedules, please. I beg you. Get along for once, please. I need this, okay? Like, I got cucked out enough content because of Canal. I want to make content, and I'm not gonna be denied this year. That's all I'm asking. I don't ask for much. Awesome. Okay, now if you wanna do a bit of yapatroning before we wrap this up, Dumbledore, feel free.
Mais c'est quoi que vous allez faire après? Parce que là, je veux défendre mes points d'avance.
Okay, well, essentially speaking, we are doing the confessionals from each of the captains that partook in this interview. You know, we're kind of getting this ready before we do the tier list, and then once we get to the tier list, we're gonna keep in mind everything that the captain said. You know, and it might influence our judgment a little bit based on how the interview went. It's not a guarantee, but you know, it's it's a confessional. You know, it's like when you know you've done something bad, you go see the priest at the church, you know, and then you tell him something in secret. But in secret, the guy had the microphone turned on the entire time, so everyone heard everything.
Alright. Ok, ben je vais commencer par prêcher pour ma paroisse là. Premièrement, c'est sûr qu'on bat le view. Ça c'est out of the question. Tout le monde qui a des doutes, don't get me wrong. On a battu les Chiefs la semaine passée. Fait que first ça. On aurait battu Nordian si Shaft avait pas manqué d'électricité. Mid BO, le Shaft shut down. Fait que là, faut qu'on panic sub. Fait que ça a été quand même annoying parce qu'on était vraiment en train de leur rouler dessus. Fait que, ouais, non, je suis pas stressé pour le view. Après ça, pour H7, c'est H7 là.
Ça va être rough?
Sans nécessairement être rough, je pense qu'ils ont plus de. Que les BO5, ça va être plus compliqué pour eux que les BO3. Parce qu'ils jouent les mêmes affaires à toutes les games.
Fair.
Fait que. Mais je sais pas, ça fait longtemps que je les ai pas affrontés, puis... On a vu qu'ils pouvaient bleed, faut juste pas mettre On sait que la Fiora à Dars est pas capable de hold un horn, fait que ça c'est bon à savoir.
Dr.
Fait qu'ils
Caron
ils ont,
committing deicide on Ebola and I7.
ils ont des cracks. Ils ont des
Ouais.
cracks. Fait qu'on
Alrighty.
on va être capable. On va être capable d'overcome.
Awesome. Alrighty. Well, thank you, Tamapom, for joining me tonight for the captain's interview. And you may return to watching the live stream with the other guests. We may need you in further segments. So if the need arises, I will ping people in the chat. But hey, we'll see if we get there. All right.
À chaque fois que vous mettez un de mes joueurs dernier, je veux intervenir. J'ai aucun joueur qui mérite d'être dernier dans cette tier list là.
T'inquiète, tu t'appelles pas Batan.
Good.
Alright. Alright, merci Tamapom.
Merci vraiment, bye.
Alright. So,
J'ai bien aimé, man. C'est ça qu'on veut, là. Si,
Yeah.
je sais pas si les autres capitaines sont déjà là, mais Thermopole, il a bien fait ça, là. Il a donné ses points, il a dit ses prédictions. Il a pas dit toutes ses stratégies parce que on peut pas toutes les contre Stream, mais.
No leaks, no
j'ai
leaks. No
ben-
leaks.
j'ai- Mais non, j'ai bien aimé, c'est ça. C'est ça qu'on veut, un petit banter. On explique pourquoi on pense qu'on n'est pas. Mettons, les autres qui ont fini 5e, on dit que Thermopompe a dit qu'il valait pas 5e. Fait que merci Thermopompe, moi j'ai bien aimé.
Alright, so now, before we get to the tier list, of course, we have the other captain's confessionals to do, and yeah, I just happen to be talking to a team captain right now, so, ooh, spook, bam. Alright, are you ready, Vince?
Yes, bah, t'as le lead, je suis dans l'ombre.
Alright, hi Vince, my name's the Fallen Sanctum, as you already know, and today we're doing a captain's interview for Eternals Academy. So tell me a bit about High 7.
Ok, c'est à mon tour, ok, je pensais que t'étais avec quelqu'un d'autre. Ben, achète.
Nah, les autres, they're all in video form, bro.
Ah, ok, je pensais que tout le monde venait un à un sur le.
Non,
Sur le
moi,
stream.
moi, j'ai arrêté de dormir hier pour faire les interviews, là.
Ah, ok. Je pensais que tout le monde t'avait invité tout le monde. Là. On voit que ça se parle ici dans notre duo de l'heure. Là.
Hey, c'est toi qui n'as pas répondu hier quand je t'ai appelé, hein.
Non, mais je pensais pas que c'était pour ça, c'est pour ça. Je pensais que nous, on faisait tout live sur la Tierlist, on invitait, tu sais, comme Thermopompe, on l'invite, on y jase ça 5-6 minutes.
J'étais une heure en retard, bro, hein.
Parce que mais c'est ça, la synergie est excellente live, mais ok, si c'est à mon tour, ben oui, comme d'habitude, achète, ben, rien de nouveau, on a joué notre saison comme d'habitude. Notre dernière semaine a été rough. Bandito nous a ouvert le trou de balle, littéralement, man. Là, les Orinos nous ont bien défoncé. Moi, je pensais faire la Golden Road. Là. J'étais hype. Puis finalement, ça a mal fini. Là.
Technically speaking, yeah. You partially did the Golden Road, right? Because you're on a defense style.
No joke, je pensais que je m'en allais 14-0 dans les deux ligues. Puis Bandito m'a ramené sur terre avec en fait toute leur équipe. Là. Je peux pas enlever ça à personne. On a joué mercredi, man. On s'est fait rouler de bord en bord dans toutes les lanes, en fait, là, à part peut-être Gamer, là, mais Game 2 puis 3, c'était même pas close. Ils nous ont bien enculés. Fait que, en fait, je suis content que Thermopompe ait passé, qu'il ait gagné 2-1. Ben, ils ont perdu 2-1, mais ça leur a permis à Team Extreme de passer parce que si Bandito, je veux dire, si Los Luzerinos jouait les playoffs comme ils ont joué contre nous mercredi, personne ne les arrêtait. En fait, ils auraient joué de même toute la saison, ils finissaient premier. Là. Je sais pas d'où ils ont sorti ce BO de leur poche, là, mais sérieux, c'était clean de A à Z. Puis, je sais pas cette équipe-là était où cette saison-ci, mais ça faisait peur. Là.
It's gonna come up in Dr. Caron's interview, but I asked the question. So
Okay,
you'll get to find out in a little bit. So, did you end up playing to your guys' expectations, or with that loss to Luzerinos, did it shatter the dream you once had? Because you guys are still, I believe, clear favorites to win the tournament. Because, I mean, every other match besides the Los Luzerinos match has kind of looked free.
I mean, ben, oui et non. Je dirais pas que c'était free. Chaque semaine,
But I mean, there were 2 zeros.
Ben oui, parce que sincèrement, on a scrim deux fois avant les saisons, puis après ça, je ne sais pas pour les autres équipes, là, ça enligne rien. Là. Mais techniquement, dans la saison, on n'a pas de scrim. On n'a pas eu le temps de scrim, en fait, à cause de la prestige avec Darts, moi, puis truc. Fait que de la saison, on n'a pas de scrim. Je m'attends pas à 2-0 toutes les BO avant la fin. Là. Tu sais, l'année passée, l'année passée, l'autre split, on avait eu beaucoup de 2-1. Si je me rappelle bien, là, on n'avait pas fait juste des 2-0.
Yeah, non.
Je pense que c'est plus surprenant qu'on ait 2-0.
C'était pas aussi clean que this year.
C'est ça. Ça m'a surpris qu'on 2-0 autant. Je sais pas si c'est parce qu'on était une coche au-dessus ou chaque fois qu'on prenait quelqu'un, c'était pas des. Chaque semaine, il y a une semaine, t'es off, tu joues pas, ben c'est ça qui arrive. Fait que, mais non, je pourrais pas dire. Là. Je m'attendais pas à 14-0, mais c'est sûr que quand on était rendu à 10-0, je me disais, peut-être qu'on va le faire, puis pas l'avoir fait au final. Oui, je suis déçu un peu. Là.
Vous étiez 13-0 avant que ça casse, you know? Like, you were one game away!
Il restait une game. On était 13-0, mais au début, on n'a pas commencé la saison, puis on a dit, hey, on s'en va sur 14-0, puis c'est tout.
One team find away from changing the momentum of that game, man. One team find away, but hey, man, sometimes Otacon can be one hell of a motherfucker. Alright, and going on to the final question before the free yap segment. Do you guys think you're going to be sticking together this time, or are you once again going to be swapping out 80 carries? Because that was the change from last season.
Ouais, ben c'est sûr que l'on pouvait plus jouer. On aurait continué à jouer avec Captain DD s'il n'aurait pas piqué plus haut. Là, Bizoun, en fait, Canard me dit qu'il allait avoir des changements. Fait que je sais pas quel. Mais il me dit qu'il allait avoir des changements sur le pointage et tout. Puis quand il m'a pas sorti le rulebook encore et tout, là, mais à ce que j'en ai compris, on va clairement pas pouvoir avoir le même club. Fait que genre de voir c'est quoi les changements puis qu'est-ce qu'on fait là. Je veux dire.
You guys gonna pick up Gumayushi? He's a free agent now.
Ouais, ben legit, je sais pas combien de points il vaut là, mais Gumayushi il est free agent, fait qu'on peut en profiter pour aller chercher un papier.
On va faire une saison prestige avec Gumayushi.
Ça pourrait être payant.
Yep. Alright, so free yap segment. Go ahead, speak your mind. Is there anything you'd like to say? Maybe to defend or to roast?
Non. Non, ben Rose, j'ai juste hâte de voir. J'ai aimé, comme je disais, j'ai aimé qu'est-ce que Tamopomp a dit. Lui, il se sent confiant contre Love You. Je suis d'accord peut-être avec lui. Que j'avais oublié que Mr. Chef avait bugué pendant la série contre Nordian. C'est sûr que la Game 3, quand je repense, c'était fait péter le trou. Je ne me rappelle plus qui avait joué, là, mais...
I didn't get the cat game, so I didn't see the incident.
Mais j'avais oublié que Mr. Chef avait fait que j'ai hâte de voir. Ça m'a pas être confiant. Je pense que ça peut aller dans deux bords, si je regarde les teams. Là. C'est sûr que... si on regarde ligne par ligne, on parlera pendant la Tierlist, mais je suis d'accord que ça pourrait être à leur avantage. En tout cas, Thermopomp l'a dit, ça a l'air on joue tout le temps les mêmes choses, fait qu'en bas au 5, ça va être plus tough. En tout cas, il nous l'a dit, mais à date, personne ne l'a fait. Même toi, tu l'as remarqué quand je écoute ton cast, tu le remarques en draft, on fait tout le temps la même chose.
Yeah, it's funny, because
mais à date, personne ne nous a prouvé le contraire, qu'ils soient le ban ou qu'ils nous ont battu contre. Là. Fait que soit c'est des paroles en l'air ou ils vont actually faire si on tombe contre eux en BO5. Fait que j'ai hâte de voir qu'est-ce que ça va donner pour ça.
Alrighty, so now here on my screen, you guys can see that I'm a very hard worker. I've got a lot of items here, but most of them are not for you guys because they're for the YouTube channel. So we're going to be listening to the 3 ones where I'm on the webcam with the red shirt. These are the 3 other confessionals that I have. Unfortunately for the other team captains, they either didn't answer or we got ghosted when I posted a summary. So, I mean, it is what it is. But hey, we got a bonus interview with Los Luzerinos, so I feel like that's good enough, no?
Mm-hmm.
And we got Love You, and we got, give me a second, I'm thinking. Oh yeah, Chiefs. My bad. Sometimes I forget what Team Shanks is on. But anyways, here we go. I'm going to be muting them. Actually, I don't think I need to mute the music, but we're gonna it's about it's about 14 minutes. So we're there's gonna be a corny intro like there always is, but don't worry about it. This is just gonna be the other team captains kind of speaking. So once we are done these confessionals, we're gonna be starting the tier list. So if you don't feel like hearing this blah blah, you can take a break for like 15. What do you mean bois de l'eau?
Bois
I
de l'eau.
don't sound like.
Parce qu'il a dit boire de l'eau, pas de te toucher.
I just went down the wrong hole. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna be back.
Je vais muter pour regarder les interviews, je les ai pas vus.
I'm gonna be back. We're gonna play the interviews one by one. Hello, guys. My name is the Fallen Sanctum. As you already know, I got that fresh cut, and I'm here with Dr. Caron. He's gonna give us a statement on the Los Luzerinos, because unfortunately they did not. They are 1 point off being able to, I think, force tiebreakers to qualify for playoffs. So it's very unfortunate. Yep. But they had honestly the most exciting match to watch versus High 7 earlier this week up on my YouTube channel. So if you missed that, you definitely gotta go watch Dr. Caron going Super Saiyan in every single team fight. So tell us a bit about the team.
Yeah, so I think we are playing mostly for like mid jungle. That's our strength normally, and we didn't do that all season. We're picking like weird top lane picks, weird some picks, and it didn't go like well for us. Like we woke up literally at the last second, but it was too late. I feel like that's how this season went for us. Like we could have won like one more game or one more BO3, and we would have been in. So. Yeah, a lot of things to think about for the next split for sure, if there's one. But yeah, I think so. Right?
Do you guys think you're keeping the roster together? Because like for the core part, at least your bot lane has been playing together for a while. Like
we're
LAN events and stuff like that.
We've all been playing together for like a couple years, so we're for sure gonna keep the roster probably the same way.
Okay.
I don't think there's gonna be any change.
You're keeping the legendary Bonzito? You're keeping the legendary Bonzito at the top lane?
Yo, he did good last.
Yeah, he
did good.
That last BO3, he looked great. But I mean, hey, we got to be objective, right? There are some series where
like.
And
he's
you guys
on the way to gold right now, so.
Oh shit!
If he's
gold?
Maybe.
Oh hell yeah!
Like flat 4.
Oof. Hey, maybe you'll be able to squeeze in some bonus points when it comes to subs if anything ever happens to Bonzito's account again,
Yeah, that's one of our other problems. Like we had Amanda for sub, but like it was the only sub we had, so like Bendito was missing, so I was forced to go top lane.
Yeah, you were forced to play your prestige role, right? Because you're the top laner for Forgotten.
Yeah, but whoever's missing, I will probably play the lane. So if AD is missing, I will go AD, and same as jungler. So that's how it worked.
That's
so
kind of
not
rough.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, that definitely not. Okay, so did the team like kind of meet the expectations at least? Like, regardless of match score during the games, did you guys kind of like feel like the synergy and stuff coming through that like you guys? Because this is your second split playing, right? In Eternals,
so
compared
to some games, but
okay. So
that's about it.
Yeah, okay. And I gotta ask for Bonzito, does he roll like a d20 before the start of a match to decide like what exactly he's playing, what the score is gonna be, and because some games he looks like he's completely gapping enemy top laners, and some games bro he's like 0-10 at 10. I gotta ask.
So for like the way he picks, also it's always like. You want to do like some weird niche picks, but when he's waking up, he's like, okay, I'm gonna play tank, and it works pretty well. But when he doesn't like play tanks or he's playing weird picks, he's often 0-10. Yeah. That's what happens.
Okay, so the key strategy: try to get Bonzito to play more tanks, next split or like next year for the winter season, right? Alrighty. Okay.
Yep.
Well, is there anything else you wanted to say about Los Luzerinos for this highlighted point? Keep in mind this clip is going to be shown tomorrow on stream for the tier list right before we set the tier list. You know, as an honorable mention, even though you guys aren't technically going to be part of the tier list, well, we're still going to fit you guys in. But
thing,
yeah, go ahead.
I think i7's gonna win everything normally.
Yeah.
So
Well, to be fair, you know, Vince messaged me. He's like, "Yo, thank God Luzerinos didn't qualify, man. We were so scared of Balsito passing. You would have won everything after that last match." He's like, "Yeah, no."
Oh, I think if we played like we played i7, we would have a shot probably.
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like compare Academy to Prestige. I feel like the macro level is much less of a focus, and sometimes people are just playing ARAM to play ARAM. You know, like Dragon sometime is up for 5+ minutes. No one even wanted it. You know, like, bro, mid lane. We're mid lane. We're landing those skill shots and shit. Well, anyways, thank you, Duck, I'm all for joining me. An unfortunate end to the split for you guys, but hey, hopefully we'll see you guys around next split and going forward. So thanks
Perfect.
for
Thank you, man.
have a good day, man. All right.
Have a good day. Bye.
Alright, that was interview number 1. And here we go with interview number 2. This should be Shanks, and then we finish off with Roger Maniac. I had asked for Royalty, but Royalty decided to send Roger Maniac my way. But first, let's see what Shanks has to say. Hey guys, I'm the Fallen Sanctum, and I'm back once again tonight. Well, of course, you know, it's me. I'm always working hard. And I'm here with Shanks. You can say hi.
Salut, Fallen.
Yeah. And he's team captain for the Chiefs, who just finished qualifying for playoffs. Yay! Clapping the hand, right? All right. So, Shanks, tell me a bit about this weird-looking team that you've got together. Because apparently, from what we've been told, this is not what the original roster was supposed to look like. So tell me a bit about the Chiefs.
Ah, ouais, c'est sûr que cet été, on jouait avec un roster qui est différent. On jouait avec Daba, puis Virgod, puis Poupou, puis Alro.
Alright.
Donc, c'est pas le même roster, mais on s'est arrangé un roster à la dernière minute, puis je crois qu'on a surpassé peut-être les expectations des gens. Là. Je croyais pas que je pense qu'il y a personne qui le voyait qu'on allait finir deuxième pareil dans le classement.
Yeah, no, that indeed with how janky some of the starts were, to like the early games and stuff, it definitely did not feel like you guys were the second place contention team. So, well, at least not in my eyes, because you know sometimes it felt like team fights were just a dice roll. You know, you roll 10 and under, you lose the team fight. You roll 11 and above, you win it. It's like so. In terms of getting ready for playoffs, have you guys felt like you've shown enough to be able to push it for your first finals together?
Je crois qu'on a des chances de se rendre en finale. On a plusieurs choses qu'on n'a pas encore montrées. Mais on va être prêt. Un best of five, ça ne change rien pour nous autres. On va être prêt.
Okay, all right. And looking forward towards the horizon, probably for maybe the next Eternals, winter split, or whatever other leagues there may be. Do you think this roster is staying together? And if not, what things do you plan on changing?
Je sais pas si le roster va tenir ensemble, mais j'imagine que si on save un spot, on va peut-être réussir à garder peut-être un noyau du roster ensemble. Là.
Okay.
Ça va être des questions à suivre. Parce que une ligue, c'est quand même brûlant en termes d'heures pour certaines personnes.
Oh yeah, because you know you work full time and then you gotta like practice and then play and then you know you gotta keep up with like solo queue and shit. So you can't afford to play like once, just like literally one game a week. You know, like I've seen and heard that, and I feel like that's just not enough. Alrighty. So on the record, is there anything else you'd like to say regarding the team or regarding the tier list, the playoffs, or just whatever in general?
Ben, la saison était quand même assez serrée, qui est surprenant. C'est rare qu'on voit ça dans certaines ligues.
Yeah.
Je te dirais que la 6e équipe peut battre la première, donc c'est quand même de quoi qui va être beau à voir en série.
Yeah, I'm a little sad to not see Bandito qualify because Vince told me that Bandito was the only thing that scared him for playoffs. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if the legendary High Seven can be taken down by someone other than Los Luzerinos. You're hopeful, right? You guys got them in a best of 5?
Ah, c'est sûr la game qu'on a joué contre les autres, je te garantis qu'on n'a rien montré. Il n'y a pas rien vu encore. Là.
Okay,
On n'a même pas joué nos positions. Là.
Okay. So we got plenty of cool surprises in store for playoffs. All right, awesome. Well, I'll see you tonight. I'll see you tomorrow evening for the tier list. I hope you'll be in the chat, having fun with the rest of us. It's gonna start at 7 p.m.
Yep.
And all right. Well, thank you, Shanks, once again for joining me for this interview. I have one more interview lined up tonight, and then I can finally go to bed because, goddamn. But yep. Alrighty. So thank you, Shanks, for joining me, and hopefully you viewers enjoyed this captain's interview, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you, Aquatech, for the Twitch follow. And here we go with the last. This is the interview with Roger Maniac. Don't worry, he's going to be speaking French because I know how you guys feel about people that speak English. Other than me, of course, because, I'm the throat fucking goat. I'm the fallen fucking sanctum. Anyways, here you go. Shut the fuck up. Hey guys, I'm the fallen sanctum, and this is the last time you're going to hear me say that line tonight. I'm joined by Roger Maniac, the top laner for, let me guess, it's Love You, right?
Love you, yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry, because there's so many love teams that sometimes you just don't have enough love to spell properly, right? I get love you, love me, love C, confused a lot of the times. And so he's going to be joining us instead of Royalty for tonight's captain's interview. Hopefully you guys enjoy the show. Anyways, so here we go. So Roger, tell me a little bit about this team, because I believe it was made together kind of last minute.
Ouais, l'équipe a été construite pour la Eternal. En fait, là, on avait quelques joueurs là, qui se connaissaient déjà, mais on a fait l'équipe. On a formé l'équipe là, pour la Eternal. Donc, c'est sûr qu'au début, il y a des petits ajustements là, avec la champo de tous les joueurs. Mais là, on est très content de faire les playoffs. Puis surtout, là, on est en train de roder nos stratégies. Là, donc,
okay, perfect. Speaking of qualifying for playoffs, did the team get to play to its expectations during the season, or are there things that you feel you still haven't fixed or played to expectations yet? Like, y a-t-il des choses à regarder avant qu'on commence les playoffs la semaine prochaine?
Ben, c'est sûr qu'il y a des petits ajustements dans l'équipe, juste s'assurer en fait que la champ pool, surtout là, des joueurs dans l'équipe, puissent fonctionner ensemble, qu'on ait des champions qui fit ensemble pour faire des teamcoms qui sont cohésifs, mais on travaille là-dessus, puis on est vraiment prêt pour avoir justement des teamcoms qui sont solides là, pour les playoffs, puis faire un bon show. Là.
Okay. Given that we're moving from best of 3s to best of 5s, is there some special spicy stuff that you guys have prepared for these maybe 5 long games ahead of you guys next week? Is there something you haven't shown us? Is there any like spice left in the cabinet that we have not seen, or is it just standard gameplay with maybe some last minute clutch factor?
Je pense que plus qu'on va avancer dans les games, plus qu'on va rajouter de l'épice, comme tu dis. Là. Donc, je pense qu'il y a des champions qu'on va sortir qui sont pas dans nos habitudes. Surtout si on se rend à une Game 5, par exemple. Je pense que ça peut être vraiment divertissant là, voir les champions assez spéciaux qu'on va sortir.
Sounds good. All right, and last but not least, before the free segment, I gotta ask, moving forward, do you think this roster is going to stay together, or are you already maybe looking at making some changes for future seasons of Eternals or any other leagues you might compete in?
Pour l'instant, on est concentré justement à faire les playoffs.
It's one thing at a time, right? So once playoffs are over, you guys will figure things out. All right. Sounds good.
Exactly.
And now for the free segment, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up this interview?
Ben, juste que la Love You, on est content de faire partie de la Eternal, puis on a vraiment hâte, on aime ça le concept du Best of 5. Je pense que ça va ajouter vraiment justement de la saveur dans nos games, puis on a hâte à la semaine prochaine pour plonger là-dedans.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Roger, for joining me on the desk tonight. We'll be doing the tier list tomorrow at 7 p.m., so just keep in mind the interview will be heard by whoever is watching during the stream bot, and it'll be available on YouTube afterwards anyways. But feel free to join us in the chat if ever you want to come have some fun for the tier list, and good luck in playoffs.
Merci.
All right,
Merci à toi.
awesome. Have a nice night. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Well, enough quirky autistic interviews out of the way. I think we've had our fun with that, right? So Vince, how are you feeling after all these rounds of interviews? Is this some fun content that you'd probably want to see back on the channel?
Ouais, c'est le fun parce que, tu sais, dans la Eternal, tu sais, dans Mamago, ça parlait plus, ça bentait plus. On avait plus un. Tu veux pas le. Plus un sens de communauté.
Mm-hmm.
Ouais. Tu sais, il y avait plus un sens de communauté à Mamago, même si. Même si c'est sûr c'était toxique pendant un certain temps, là, mais.
Hey, I wouldn't mind doing a Caltech interview if they make it to finals, you know? Like, how shit are the other teams? It's like, they banned Master Yi, bro. Like, you have no idea, bro. I just want to say, like, the F slur in chat, but, like, Wright's watching, and, like, can't say the F slur in chat.
Mais c'est ça. Fait que, vu que dans Eternal, il n'a pas mis de chat pour parler. Fait que c'est toujours le fun d'entendre qu'est-ce que les autres joueurs ou les autres équipes ont à dire. Un peu de behind the scenes, c'est toujours le fun de voir qu'est-ce que le monde font. Qu'est-ce qu'ils pensent des autres équipes. Un petit banter, un petit. Qu'est-ce que eux, tu sais, le view était juste content de faire les playoffs. Extreme, ils ont banter un peu. C'est sûr que Caron, lui, il était encore chaud bouillant, malheureusement, ils n'ont pas passé, mais il était encore chaud bouillant. Fait que c'est le fun à voir. Moi, j'aime ça. Les petites interviews de même, là, ça donne du bon contenu, je trouve, pour les teams.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, so let's pull up this magical, wonderful tier list. Give me a second. It is in the other thing. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's right here. There you go.
C'est qu'on a eu deux. Bandito, puis Poupou, solo coïncident, ban 2 semaines de la Eternal. Faut pas oublier.
Yeah. But Bandito ran it down. Poupou, you know, kind of just went back to the 1940s. You know, like il a fait son Nila cosplay, là, puis ça a pas marché. If you get the reference, you get the reference. If you don't worry, you're probably too young to understand the reference. It's all good. But anyways, here, as always, you know, we have the famous tier list. So we'll be doing something a little bit special. For specific players, we will allow them to defend their position once. One player per team will have the opportunity. I will highlight said player. Will have the opportunity to come in to the voice chat for 30 seconds. It will be a lightning round, and they will tell us why they should either be praised or roasted. Yes, the self-humiliation kick is on. If you want to get roasted, you can tell people why you should get roasted. So,
T'avais-tu déjà ta liste de personnes ou?
No, if they're here in the chat and available, well, they'll get a chance. If not, bad, too bad, so sad. If you don't watch my content, well, you'll get smited, you know? So, I'm a gracious host, but I am not infinitely patient, you know? All right, so first and foremost, let's oh, you did include the teams that didn't qualify? That's kind of sad. I wanted to have honorable mentions because I feel like, you know, some of them would have shot up in ranks, but okay, no worries.
Okay, ben c'est comme tu veux, je les avais pas mis parce que dans les coins on les avait pas mis. Là,
all right, hey, I don't know, man. I feel like
je peux aller les chercher.
I feel like Dr. Caron definitely deserves an honorable mention in the tier list, but hey, it's okay. If they're not here, they're not here. We'll have it adjusted for next time. Okay. So let's start with the bottomest of bottoms, right? You know, we're gonna start with DH Blossom, because, you know, despite all the memes we say about this team, all the flaming we do, all the Jaja laugh roasting, they still somehow manage to qualify. You know, this is what Yamcha as a team personified from Dragon Ball Z looks like. You know, Yamcha who died to, I don't know, like the nutsack villain that grows from a plant. Boom, Yamcha dead. That's Blossom right now. But you know, they died so fast that they had their hands on the finish line. So they're like, okay, we qualified. Okay, we can die now. I forget what the name of that villain is. You know, the ones when Vegeta and Nappa were there. But yeah, that's it feels like, honestly, it feels like it's been a struggle to watch DH play this season. Because, you know, I guess some weeks they've looked like a coherent team, I guess, question mark. And then sometimes you're just like, man, bro, is this the level of Eternals Academy? And then you're like, yeah, kind of. Let's get right into it. Give me a second. Let me ping Johnny real quick, cause
Ouais, tu penses qu'il va venir défendre son point?
Yeah, if I can manage to type his name. Hola, sir. Would you like to come defend or roast your team? 30 seconds.
Xavier Fils avait un beau déguisement de banane là, dans une coup. Je sais pas s'il veut venir défendre son équipe.
Well, if Johnny doesn't answer, I'll pull Xavier because I have both of them added, but it's the only exception I'll do.
Okay.
So, before we will skip over Johnny, we'll go straight to Patan while we wait for a Johnny response. Let me just get the music back up and running. Alright, so speaking of Batan, right? I don't mean no hate, but every time I speak in her name, she thinks I'm Saddam Hussein. So, it is gonna be what it is, right? I feel like this person, right, tends to play a little bit of an egocentric playstyle, a little bit too much, and doesn't look at the objective facts. Also, she builds Viego incorrectly. But like Poo-Poo, like all the other Viego players here on this tier list or whatever, I feel like you guys really, really gotta start reading. Because I get it, you know, we're all like Yu-Gi-Oh players deep inside where we don't know how to read. But Collector's bait. Collector's fucking bait. And give me a second. I've got an image. Give me a second. Okay?
Bonne chose que je joue pas Viego parce que je suis pas là non plus.
Wait, where'd I put it? Is this? No.
Fais attention, toi. Ça peut être dangereux.
Hey. But where is it? Did I forget to save it? Oh, it's in screenshots. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, don't take it. The sus shit is for me. Is it? What? Did I not save the screenshot? Okay, I guess I lost it. Okay, well, you guys, yeah, get ready for sailing, boys! Hell yeah, old school. We old school fiends here. All right, but anyways, I was just gonna say that I had an infographic where it shows that Collector is bait and you should never build it on Viego. So if you build Collector on Viego, well, I'm sorry, you fell for the bait. All right, so please don't fall for the bait. Please be smarter.
Fait que tous les Viego qui build Collector, c'est des tiers automatiquement, c'est ce qu'on dit.
If that's the only champion they know how to play, yeah.
Okay.
Which for some of them, yeah, it actually looks like it. So, you know, honestly, I'm gonna put and we're gonna change the tier names, all right?
Okay,
I'm gonna set an example. So S tier is gonna be called cream of the crop, okay? So this is a term we use when we talk about people that are like you know, like they're goated as fuck. Because, you know, sometimes in the prestige thing, we get to have the discussion of Carciac and then the people who aren't Carciac. But it's a little bit unfair to say that Carciac is the only person that deserves S tier mention, right? Because when you compare him to a lot of other players look like C tiers, right? But the cream of the crop, no. Bro, fuck. No.
Ok. Ben, tu peux changer si tu veux.
How do you...
Écris-le, je vais réduire la taille après.
There you go. Okay, so we got the cream. We got the cream of the crop. Okay, here we got the... in A tier, we have genuinely good. B is... not... I was gonna say not peanut tier, but I think that I'm gonna keep that for C. Let's be... B is gonna be Ramis okay. You know, like that emote, that animated emote where he goes okay. that's that emote. And then this is not Pina. Pina after school special. All right. And for the people that do not know the Fallen Sides of the Lord with Pina, I was once friends with Pina, but Pina got butthurt that I called him trash at the game. He then proceeded to carry DH to their Eternals to the Eternals win in season 1 or whatever by being the MVP. I still don't know how to this day it happened. And then after that, he never did anything relevant in his career, and I think he retired from pro play. And that is Pina lore. We are all in agreement? Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, so honestly, with how badly Batan has played this season, I know it's a lot of pressure, being a woman, playing League of Legends, having to exist in the same world where Whippo comments on Reddit are a thing. But I feel like Batan could give more than she currently does, and definitely being the voice of her team. Yes, I believe Batan is the only shot caller on the team. I don't know if Zavi Fizz, he uses a mic, but sometimes it feels like Batan's the only one trying to speak. We're gonna have to put Batan in the Pina after school special tier.
Ouais, si bas que ça, que. C'est
sûr
que
she's
she's
a jungler, bro. I think she'd be like F+++ tier if she was top lane, because she still wouldn't want to pick her OTP starter when it's left unbanned and uncontested, right? Winky face.
C'est sûr que c'est pas la saison la meilleure saison de Batan. Pour l'instant, ils l'ont rough. Genre d'avoir en playoff pour Blossom, mais c'est vrai que la saison a été difficile là, pour eux.
If she's the voice of dissent here, she's got to shape up, because if not, bro, might as well just not even play your match. But hey, of course we got to see matches. It's Nordians versus Blossom. I definitely want to see the two Papa special versus Batan. It's gonna be the descent of the micro management champion pools, and that'll be hilarious to watch. Next up, we got Thrones. I think he won. On peut mettre avec S plus tier pour commencer. Wow. We will get to Havoc when we get to Havoc. Right now, we are not at Havoc. I'm sorry, Mr. Pront. You will have to be a little bit more patient. But remember that this VOD also goes on YouTube, so you'll be able to watch it should you ever have curfew or, have been a bad kid and have to go to bed early. That is chez le coiffeur, mon petit Fallen? Hell yeah. We got a low taper fade. Yeah, Thrones has had some good early games, I guess, but other than that, I haven't seen much useful stuff out of him. T'es sexy, that's damn, bro, man. Dude's trying to wine and dine me, bro. Crazy.
Il veut vraiment te mettre poupou S+.
Alright, bye. Yeah, if he's slobbing on my knob, maybe I just might have to. I don't know how to say that. Poo honestly had some pretty redeeming games this season. I'll be honest. I'm gonna quote out. I'm gonna quote out a tangent. Poo has not looked as dog shit as he did last season. All right. You know what? I think I'm gonna put Thrones and Ramis okay, because I think he's supposed to be a carry, but it doesn't feel like.
Ben, effectivement. Là. Ça, c'est
I-
lui qui est le plus haut en points. Avant, techniquement, Johnny a piqué plus haut. Ben, tu vas piquer dans les mêmes jalons maintenant. Là. Mais avant le début de la saison, c'était Thrones qui était le plus haut. J'ai pas le temps de regarder tous les matchs de Blossom. J'ai pu regarder plus de matchs au début de saison que dans la deuxième partie. Là. J'ai manqué de temps pour la deuxième partie, mais je sais pas s'il y a encore les mêmes problèmes qu'en début de saison, là, comme on disait dans le midweek, là, que Tron après la laning phase, c'était difficile. Là. Je sais pas si t'as catché toute leur game après ça. Là,
I
mais...
got the cast maybe one game, and then the Batan feminism barrier of deniability got activated. So yeah.
Bon, voilà. Je pense qu'au milieu, c'est correct pour Tron.
But it's in the category. It doesn't matter where in the category. It's in the category. Il y a plus de top of B, bottom of B. If you're in the category, you're in the category. You know, like it's considered people of equal level. Outside of like the very very top row, which is gonna be reserved for like the cream of the crop of the bad actors or the good actors, depending on the rank. Now next we have Frixus, the 80 carry and or mid laner. I don't know. They seem to like roll swap sometimes in games. Like I think one of them will play Smolder and then the other plays Sway or whatever, and then sometimes they go bot lane, sometimes they go mid lane. I don't really know. I didn't get to cast any Blossom games. I just saw sometimes that the names were inverted in positions. So I think Frixus can be good. I think we've seen him pop off on a game or two, but like I said, I didn't get to watch any of the games, so I'm basing myself purely on scoreboard. When you guys played DH Blossom, what do you guys think about them?
Je pense qu'il est fine. Ça reste que c'est le remplaçant Baba, puis en termes de points.
Yeah, well, when you replace Baba and you don't look like Baba, because Baba's had a stellar fucking season.
Notre match contre eux était week 1, là, fait que ça remonte à longtemps. Je peux pas dire mon souvenir.
I think that might be like one of the games I got the cast, and then I had to switch matches or whatever. I don't.
Ça remonte un bout, mais je pense qu'il était fine.
Okay,
c'est sûr que Blossom est quand même. On classe des équipes de.
Yeah, we're classing the worst team to qualify. So would you put him in Ramis okay or the bottom of genuinely good?
C'est sûr que si on le compare à toutes les autres ODC, il faudrait le mettre à.
No Ramis?
À Not Pina ou.
Oh, Not Pina? Okay.
Ouais.
Sure, yeah, okay. So we're gonna put him in Not Pina tier. Alright, and now last off, before we get back to Johnny, and unfortunately Johnny has not answered my DM, so we will not have a special defense segment here for DH Blossom. I like Zevi Fizz. I like his engaged champions. I feel like his enchanters are very lacking. But it's the kind of player he is. He's more of a, I'll make a risky play to make sure my carry gets out even if it costs me my life. I kind of like that attitude when it comes with engaged champs. He'll double you onto his 80 carry to make sure his 80 carry can get away even if he has to kill himself for it. Especially when there's not a big objective to play for, just when people get rulered in the mid lane, Zavi Fizz is one of the supports that will, just do the old Urgot ultimate, switch places, and make sure his carry is safe. Yeah, so I think Zavi Fizz is genuinely a good player, but I think he's stuck on a shit team. So just like we say in pro play, sometimes you can be a great player, but if the team you're stuck on never really reaches to manage expectations, it's hard to give you bonus points or whatever. But I think genuinely, at least in terms of the support pool here for Academy, right? I feel that he's probably one of the better, if not one of the best supports we have. So I want to put him in genuinely good, but I can't reasonably put him in cream of the crop just because of how finicky they managed to actually qualify. Because they were one game off failing to qualify.
One me semble.
I think, but that's the case for every like what 5-2 team or whatever. No, not 5-2. Sorry, they were what 2-5.
2-5, ouais.
Yeah, for every 2-5 team, literally one game between any of like what the 4-ish teams that are 2-5 would have changed everything.
C'est vraiment close, ce split-là.
So yeah, they squeezed by like the skin of their teeth. So it's not a skill issue. Is they rolled a d20 and they just rolled one higher than the other team, like right below them. So now we get back to Here's Johnny. Now look, we've gotten a lot of complaints about Here's Johnny. We've got a lot of praise about Here's Johnny. But I personally think Johnny on there's two Here's Johnnies, right? There's the push Here's Johnny. Which, you know, wait, is this Mr. Johnny himself? Sorry, I can't. Okay. Je te trust pour faire un bon review. Okay, so Strikey does not need to do an interview, but I will need to have a special segment dedicated to Nordians. Okay, when we get to them. They're what? They're third?
Son troisième égalité.
Okay, we're going in reverse order. So just remind me if you prefer un petit comme bloc-notes or whatever that I have to say something special about Nordians.
Okay. On se prendre une petite note.
Yeah. That's good. So I believe, like I said, there's two types of Here's Johnny's. There's the push Here's Johnny, which honestly has seen results, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the Mundo, the Set, the Volibear, like the has to come up clutch in team fights, gets a lot of turrets, Johnny. And then we have the weirder Here's Johnny that plays tanks and stuff like that. You know, like Ornn. I don't know if he's played Cassante. I think maybe Scion and stuff. You know, like the more frail and shaky Here's Johnny. So on one side, I want to put him in a genuinely good. And on the other side, I want to put him at about Rammus okay. Bordering on not Pina. But I think given the totality of the current score for Blossom, you know, them being 2-5 and barely squeezing in just above Luzerinos by a single point, I think I'm going to have to put Johnny in Rammus okay. Because although I know what the guy can do, the guy hasn't been able to do what he's been known to do this season.
Je suis d'accord, là. Puis, techniquement, Johnny ne devrait pas avoir accès à ses meilleurs champions si le monde y draft correctement. Genre, parce qu'il y a vraiment une coche au-dessus quand Johnny est sur ses champions, lui, versus.
Guys, I mean, when we look at Blossom, right, like Skarner's been left open a countless number of times against Batan, and by the way, Batan is a Skarner OTP, just saying, and she refuses to pick it, right? She'll blind pick Viego instead of picking up the Skarner. The Skarner in a much better place than Viego right now. Just saying, guys. He got buffed, but you guys don't read, so it doesn't matter. So, you know, I mean, if you just triple ban Johnny every game, and you know you can play around the rest of the members, you can kind of just disable Johnny's push mentality from the side, and then you can deal with a Johnny who's a lot more shaky than normal, you know? Now, moving on to the Team Extreme, and you heard Telmo Pomp in the interview, you know, he will vehemently defend his ranking and anyone else's that we dare put in the Pina after school special slot. But, to be fair, I feel like resounding with his interview, yes, they did have a rough season. Thank you, Jack0107 for the Twitch follow. No, bro. You guys just don't know how to build team comps that involve walls because, like, Poppy's meta, Azir's meta, Talia's meta, Skarner gets bonuses like Trundle's meta. Y'all, like, you guys can get creative in the draft, but y'all play the same shitty team comps that aren't even relevant half the time. Don't give me that poo-poo. I'm gonna be going over that when I'm reviewing your damn team, because Sasuke shows that wait. I have show notes. What am I doing? I should bust out the notepad. All right. So here's what I had written for Blossom. By the way, before we get into Team Extreme, right? So I'm gonna read out my quips. And feel free to reply to any of them, okay? Vince?
Mm-hmm. Ouais, vas-y.
Okay. Yeah. So, first things first. Somehow qualified despite looking worse than the win traders in Vietnam, because win trading in Vietnam got so bad that they actually had to make a stop for it. Two, they roll a d20 to see what happens during the games. Honestly, I believe there is no game plan going into Blossom games. It feels like there's zero synergy between the players, or at least a lot less synergy than there was when it was Protect Captain Baba last split. They made it to finals last year with a better, because I can talk shit about Pina. I don't give a fuck, Stardust. If I want to use Pina like a dirty fucking do-rag, I will use Pina as a dirty fucking do-rag. He is the prime example of what an esports player should not be. Blossom made finals last year with a much better roster. Will they push a W with a worse one? Are there any points you'd like to talk about before we move on to Team Extreme?
Le dernier point, c'est sûr que ça va être rough de refaire la finale en ce moment dans leur position, mais on sait jamais, des fois les équipes en playoff, ils sortent
Yeah. Sometimes you have a Pina glow up, and sometimes you don't have a Pina glow up, right? You become Finals MVP. It's kind of like Stardust. I blame your boy, but he got butthurt the second I talked shit about his Nasus and Tom Kedge. So it tells something about him, not me. All right, now let's. I'm gonna go over before we do my rankings for Team Extreme. I'm gonna go over the quips that I built here for Team Extreme. Somehow qualified despite playing almost worse than Blossom has almost all season long. I guess Olaf wins important series. That's a stray thrown towards the Chiefs. AD carry and mid roll a d20 to see if they're in shape and can they overcome their semi-finals jinkage. Because for the past two splits in Eternals, this team has not been able to qualify for finals. Kind of like BDD. He's never been able to push through. He's always wanted to, but he's never been able to push through. And BDD did it this year. Maybe this year is Team Extreme's time, That's like...
J'espère pas parce qu'ils sont de mon side de bracket. S'ils sont en finale, c'est parce que j'espère qu'ils sont encore coach.
Well, you're gonna have to show up, Apparently, we say that you guys only know how to play 3 champions each, so we'll have to see if best of 5s are truly your kryptonite. I wrote show notes for every team in playoffs. Yeah. So now let's get into roasting. Let's get into roasting Team Extreme. Of course, once we get roasting or praising, whichever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it constructive criticism. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it constructive criticism at the end of the day. When we get to Tumble Pope, I will actually wait. We should call Tumble Pope up right now. Let's ring him back in. Can you ring him back in?
Il pourrait rejoindre s'il écoute le stream.
Alright,
On peut pas le rappeler.
You can't just ring someone? What? I could have sworn you could do. Well, I mean, you could do that on Skype, but I guess
Tu peux pas le whiz, je pense, live là, sur...
I can't ring. No, there you go. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, okay. I know how to. Yeah. It's a right click name. Find the option.
Ok, moi je pouvais pas. Ça guess parce que c'est toi qui a créé le groupe.
Double Pope, are you here? If you are not, you will miss your chance to come defend your team.
On peut le garder pour la fin, le temps qu'il revienne de sa sieste.
Yeah, he probably took a nap. Alright, so let's talk about Krub, who's had, I guess, a rough season, right? It's either been, he looks great against the Chiefs, or he looks kind of subpar, right? I got to cast a few... Yeah, the champion pool is very, very jank. It feels like he's always forced to play tanks, but then he kind of looks better when he's playing fighters, but it doesn't always mesh with what Resius and Fui are playing because, you know, if you play a fighter when there's no front line, it's detrimental to the team. But if you play a tank when there's no damage, then there's no damage on the team. You know, like, I feel like Krab, unfortunately, gets put into spots that he just doesn't have the clear solutions to. And, I mean, it's understandable. I mean, if, you know, he's not doing his research, it's normal that he'd be lost, quite literally, in the sauce. I think, though, given that last performance, you know, I think we can put Kroab in the not Pina category.
Sauf que ses dernières performances étaient moins pires. Peut-être le début de la saison était plus tough, mais...
Well, I just feel like he definitely doesn't get the resources he needs to, like, hard carry games, and he's not a priority player when it comes to the team's functionality, on va dire.
C'est sûr que c'est ça, il y a des... Ça dépend de la draft, en fait. Il y a comme les moments extrêmement...
Look, Spirit, look, I get it. I glazed Batan because the game plan of Protect Baba qualified them to playoffs, let them go all the way to finals, and it seemed free. And then they fell flat on their face against High 7 because High 7 knew how to counter the Protect the President. If you just shoot everyone but the President's dead. Hey, it's okay. I'm just saying, it's okay. You know, sometimes flowers bloom late, and it was for an entertainment value. And I think we hit that threshold because people are still talking about it today. How Patan, you know, was this legendary juggler, and now that's just garbage. And no, I don't listen. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I don't even know how to read. Yeah. So let's speak about Resius. One of my more favorite junglers to watch this season. Kind of like Hody from Loserinos. Look, I get it. I love low-ranking junglers. But, you know, they have like that gusto, you know, in the their like playstyle and stuff. Start us roasting the shit out of Spirit. Alright. Thank you, Dust, for going to town. I don't know. I like Resius' champion pool, but I feel the same way I feel about Xavi Fizz. You know, he's just kind of stuck on a team where he's not able to get what he needs to get done. Right? Like, look, he plays these aggressive champions, he plays the tank, he plays the engaged junglers, right? But he's on a team that doesn't know if they want to win half the time, so he doesn't know if he can carry. And sometimes he's not even given resources to get stuff done.
En fait, qu'est-ce qui est dommageable pour Extreme, j'ai l'impression que Croix, Bressius puis Fouille, ils se mangent dans genre leur pool eux-mêmes. Genre, on dirait que les trois joueurs, je sais que ça peut être des flex picks, mais on dirait qu'ils, plus souvent autre chose, ça vient manger leur propre pool. Bressius joue Trundle, il joue Gwen, il joue Nafiri Croix, il joue Trundle, il joue Maokai, Fouille joue Maokai. On dirait que c'est plus dommageant.
In a non-fearless system, I feel like Team Extreme would be very, very good. Because, you know, they have these clutch flex pick availabilities. But in Fearless, where every champion has one life, you gotta choose. You gotta choose who gets importance. And sometimes if you make the bad decision, then you're penalizing yourself and you're hurting yourself further down the series. Because, you know, what if you needed Trundle for a Scion matchup, but you wanted to use it to get rid of, like, the Cassante Sejuani frontline, you know? But then you just don't have an answer because Ambessa gets banned and your player doesn't play Rumble, right? Like, so...
Ouais, c'est ça. Je pense que c'est bien joué, mais Ressius individuellement reste un bon joueur.
Honestly, I want to put him in genuinely good because I feel like he's genuinely good, but unfortunately, like Xavi Fizz, you know, he's just kind of stuck on a team that, well, one, doesn't want to have to play around him, and two, just doesn't always give him the importance that he probably should have, because like some of his Nefarians and Zal games honestly have been some of the better games we've seen this season, and the games haven't gone the way they were supposed to go, but they still look clean. You know, like, you can talk shit about someone's placement at the end of a season, but if they just genuinely look like a good player, you know, you can't say that the player looks like shit when they don't look like shit. I will understand shit talking, but shit talking needs merit, right? And we can talk shit about Batan like we talk shit about Pina, but that's because we want to talk shit about those players because they are shit. Resius, however, you know, he's just, you know, he's like a chill guy stuck on a shit team. That's my Resius glaze. All right, Mr. Shaft and Telmo Pom. Now, honestly, I have conflicting opinions about that, but thank you, Fanatos TV here for the Twitch follow. Welcome to our lovely live stream. Currently working on Team Extreme. Next up will be the Love You team that you mentioned. So get ready for that. But Mr. Shaft and Telmo Pom, I swear to God, man, they must play D&D because I swear they roll a D20 before they get anything done. They're like, all right, am I wearing the same socks? No. Am I going to play good tonight? No. Magic 8 Ball, will I have a positive KDA? Maybe. It's been they are supposed to be like the face of Team Extreme, I'll be honest, and sometimes it feels like that's not what we get from them. We can sometimes get superstar games, and sometimes we get NPC games. Like sometimes they play worse than Pina, but sometimes they don't play worse than Pina. You know, it's like this. These are the people that absorb all the resources on Team Extreme. I'm pretty sure because Resius and Kroab definitely are not getting the money they need to be a strong front line or to carry from jungle. And while Fui's a support, if you give money to your support and his name's not fucking Lahenz or Carrier, I don't know what else to tell you, bro.
Ouais, c'est sûr que c'est sûr que c'est les phases de l'équipe, Mr. Gap et Tamo Pomp. Fait que si eux ils tombent behind, à moins que Kroab soit genre sur son split push Trundle.
Yeah, like unless Kroab is playing Olaf like versus the Chiefs, you know, there's no win con. There's no win con for the team because Resius is gonna be underfed, and so you know he's at most gonna be a little bit up or even against the enemy jungler, but he's definitely not supposed to be thousands and thousands and thousands of gold up, right? So I don't know. I think we're gonna put Mr. Shaft in. I want to put, at least for this season, from what I've seen, I want to put Tumble Pulp in genuinely good, and I'm going to put Mr. Shaft in Ramis okay. Because we haven't seen enough from Mr. Shaft. Like, he hasn't been able to push, like, through, you know? Because, like, last season...
Mr. Shaft?
No, Tumble Pump in genuinely good, and Mr. Shaft in Ramis, okay. Yeah. Because Double Pump has had a few more pop-off games, but it's easier on AD carry when all you have to do is like farm and get kills. So mid lane, I feel like there's a little bit more involved. You know, you gotta roam, you gotta help the team make plays. The AD carry just has to press the damage button on the keyboard and the survive button on the keyboard. You know, it's like Aphelios. You got two buttons, you're pressing damage, survive, damage, survive, damage, survive, damage, survive, and that's all. That's why you only have two buttons because it's the play style is exactly like the role. You know, it's do damage and survive. If you can't do that, well. Yeah, but Mr. Shaft, I feel like he definitely hasn't lived up to expectations, and also the things that are favored in the Mr. The Mr. Shaft champion pool, even though they are relevant in the meta, it feels like in the matchups that he's supposed to be winning like real hard, it just feels like he isn't showing prowess. You know, he's kind of, maybe he got lazy. I don't know. Maybe a member of his family died. Maybe his dog got run over by Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know, bro. This guy feels off this season. I would rate him higher, but he has not given me a reason to rate him higher. And now Fui, well, Fui's hard to say because you're gonna have to tell me a bit about Fui because honestly, when Fui comes to mind, I got the Windows error 404. Like nothing relevant has happened this season that makes me remark Fui in any sense.
Ben sûr, parce que là, c'est...
When did you guys play Extreme? When did you guys play Extreme?
C'est la troisième semaine?
That's not that far ago. Like, come on, that's just 6 weeks ago, not 8. or 7 or
Ouais, là, ça
whatever.
fait. Ouais, c'est ça, c'est la troisième semaine. C'est sûr qu'il faut. Quand je pense à son trèche, je sais qu'il joue trèche, je raffine. Il y a toujours le flex pick de Maokai. Fait que, tu sais, il peut jouer Engage, il peut jouer. Il va jouer Engage, il va jouer Enchanter, mais c'est sûr que vite de même, c'est pas le. Avec les résultats, c'est pas le support que tu penses le plus, mais.
Would
Je
you
pense
put him
qu'il est
in Ramis
versatile.
OK or would you put him in Not Pina?
Non, je le mettrais dans Ramus OK pour, dans la moyenne. Là.
Okay.
Pour fouiller.
Because I think he's fine. But moi c'est juste,
Ouais.
j'ai rien vu.
C'est sûr qu'au niveau comms, en termes juste de purement gameplay puis champion, parce que je me fie purement à ça parce que c'est le seul truc que je peux voir, mais tu sais, un support, ça reste que tu sais, les comms, les roams puis tout, c'est surtout au niveau des comms que je connais pas, fait que peut-être qu'il fait les meilleurs comms du pays, puis je le sais pas, fait que je pourrais pas dire pour ceux.
Alrighty. Now, moving on to love. Let me just see if Roger Maniac is around. I'm gonna get into my show notes after the little interview if Roger answers. Roger, if you're watching the stream, let me know if you're there in the chat. Why is Club so low? Well, you guys kind of just don't give him. Well, I don't know. It feels. Scroll back like 5 minutes. I give a detailed explanation.
Qui est là?
Club.
Ok.
It's I feel like it's Fearless hurts Extreme more than it hurts a lot of other teams. That's my TLDR. Roger is not answering. Okay, well, we're gonna have to get into the Love You show notes. All right, so here for Love You, I wrote that they had a rough start, a clean finish, and most importantly, they are consistently inconsistent. Games are fought tooth and nail, and it's their first playoffs because the team was made for this specific split. So, getting on with that consistently inconsistent, I didn't have the pleasure of casting most of them, most of their games, mainly just because they were playing at the same time that another team I was casting was already playing, and they weren't playing against that team. So, but from what I did see, it's the 2-1s are, they're bare bones. They're, you win by the skin of your teeth in a single team fight and shit. It's not clean. It's rough. But it's fun.
C'est sûr que dans les games que j'ai vus aussi, c'est des bloodbaths jusqu'à la fin.
Yeah, honestly, those are my favorite games to cast. I love bloody fucking games. I hate it when teams play like pussies and it's like the LCK where at 40 minutes there's 3 kills, the Baron goes down, the game ends. Sada, those are the most boring games to cast.
LPL style, baby.
Nah, we love LPL style. Crazy is our game, yo, bro, man. At least at the academy level, if you don't know how to use good macro, force a fucking team fight. You have engaged, use it. They're cooldowns, bro. They're gonna come back around. When you find the pick, bro, just go for it. Don't ask questions. Just do it. Just Shia LaBeouf, just do it. All right, so let's get into Roger Maniac. Now, like I said, Love You is the team I think that I have the less knowledge about, just because I think I got to cast maybe 1 or 2 games out of 7 of theirs. Mainly because I think I casted the high 7 Love You match, and I think I casted Nordian's Love You. Or I don't know. Like I said, I casted 2 Love You games I think this season. Going from bottom to top. Okay. They want us to put Croab in Ramis OK. Both Shanks and Tumble Pope are kind of hinting at it. So we can put him at the bottom of Ramis OK. Just.
Ok. On se fait influencer.
No,
On
but
va monter.
hey, look, if other teams are vouching for a person they either shit on or get shat on, I mean, Shanks, s'est fait défoncer par Crop. So, we gotta give Crop some brownie points for destroying the ego that is the Chiefs.
Enfin, on va le mettre.
Yeah. All right. So, speaking of Roger Maniac, no, wait. Yo, fais un shout-out au bum de Family Car Crash qui se retrouve à Cancun. Alright. Segment. Alright. So, Tubaba has told me to give you guys a shout-out. That Family Car Crash probably sitting on the beaches of Cancun right now, enjoying his early retirement from Eternals Academy, due to the fact that they FF'd their last match, so they didn't even try to play to qualify. I think Love You was guaranteed nonetheless, but it would have caused tiebreakers for Extreme, Blossom, and Loserinos had Twinkies.
Twinkies était. Ben, je pense que c'était
Twinkies?
2-0 puis il était good.
Yeah, no, but Twinkies were kind of in the same scenario that I think Loserinos were or whatever. But, I mean, it could have influenced. But they didn't even play the match. They straight up, like, before game day, they straight up FF'd.
Bon, ben, je sais qu'ils ont FF, là, mais je pense que c'était. Ben, je pense qu'il aurait pu se qualifier juste avec une win, mais.
Yeah.
Je sais pas si c'est parce qu'ils pouvaient pas jouer finalement ou peu importe. Ou
who knows, but Tubaba told me to give Family Car Crash a shout out because Floa, I think his name, he's sitting on the beaches of Cancun sipping martinis and peeling off bikinis, and he's just having a good time. All right, now back on topic. We're talking about Roger Maniac, and we had established that this man is a carry player, right?
Roger Maniac, I
see he chucks it up, Messa. I'm not going to be convinced that he's not a carry player. All right, so I feel like this man has had some key moments, especially in like the comeuppance of Love You later on in the season. Because, they had a bit of a rough start, but I mean, hey, when you start off versus like the high-seeded teams or the supposed high-seeded teams at the start, it can be a little rough to show, but then, when the strength of schedule gets weaker and weaker, that's where you can truly show what the team is able to do. And I think, Roger Maniac as a carry player, looking at his stats, it definitely looks good. I think this is the first top laner. Because I'm looking at Dars, Havoc, Reg, and Roger Maniac, and I'm debating in my head who's cream of the crop, because we can't have everyone in cream of the crop.
I mean, il y a juste une personne qui devrait être là, puis c'est Bandito, en fait, là, mais...
Oh, yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. Roger Maniac, best top. Ooh, Worgen, man. Worgen speaking highly of Roger. He's definitely, we're gonna put him top of genuinely good, at least for now. Because from what I've seen, I only got to see a few games, but from what I've seen, this guy is genuinely really fucking good in top lane. Not always the Zeus from T1, but he's definitely got some glaze. As someone that never played top laner outside of... Okay, but Morgan, your opinion loses value saying you've never played top lane. Alright, now let's look real quick at IR Bird. I need to give myself a refresher. Yeah, SOP.gg. I do not care about ads. This is... What the hell? What the hell am I looking at, bro, on screen? Why is Bard and Kaisa... Bro, why is Echo the only played jungler? What? Oh... I'm so confused, bro. Oh, it's Talia at least jungler. Okay, man. Where did we put Bird for last tier list?
Do
you not have it anymore?
Je l'ai, mais à quelque part là, t'es un peu là.
Yeah, part jungle, Balzinet! I was fighting for my life over there. Morgan describing the opening R scene in Batum like it's his life story when he played first Destruction Mania.
Non, ok, je l'ai ici.
Because I feel like Bird is definitely
Il était
one
dans
of
les
these,
A le dernier coup. Là.
Okay. Given that they're fourth, right?
Ouais.
Okay. They managed to squeeze out of that last place bubble. I feel like I'm gonna put him at the top of Ramis. Okay. Just because I want to see more. And I'm casting their match. So they are playing versus Team Extreme. So it is gonna be interesting to see the Resius and Bird playstyles kind of clash. Because they're, from what it seems, they're both known to play these weird champions in the jungle, and I want to see these weird champion interactions. It's playoffs. Game 1 should be the no holds barred game where you play your favorite pocket pick if it's open. And we get to see some chaos. Because it's a best of 5, remember. Game 1 does not matter unless you're blue side. If you're blue side and you lose your service game, it does drastically hurt the tempo for the rest of the series. But if you're red side, bro, go wet and wild like that girl over at the strip club that told you she doesn't have an OnlyFans, Just ride it. Ropenstool, another guy that I'd love to see some more from. I feel like because personally, like I said, only got to cast 2 games, and I know I've said that like 7 times in like 10 minutes. So apologies for the same diabolic.
Je te répète pas mal, là.
Wait, but hey, like a good little robot, I've got batteries, and I just replaced them, so I'm just repeating the script. Oh shit! Wait, this is scripted. I haven't seen Ropenstool, live up to the name, because Ropenstool stands, it's a synonym for kill yourself, right? And because that's what a stool is. It's the little thing that you stand on when you put a rope on your neck, you jump off. So I wanna see him have a bit more of a huzzah performance, because if his name is literally just kill yourself, then he should be going out, coming out the gate swinging, cocking everything out, right? If that ain't the case, then bro, we need a name change, because you can't have an aggressive name if you play like a bitch. And I feel like this is the problem with the mid laners this season. He's gonna go, and I want to say he's gonna go under Thrones and Ramis, okay? Because I haven't seen enough.
Je suis d'accord. Tout le monde joue juste des camps.
Yeah,
but control mage, là.
Yeah, they're playing the control mage. They play the pussy build. They're not playing the Chovy and Faker builds, where it's like, no, I need Seraph. Seraph is important. I will Seraph run every game. Yeah. It's like, motherfucker, we don't need to see this. We've seen Chovy and Faker play it 60 fucking times. Please just build something that does more damage before 39 minutes. Please. We're begging you. We want action from our mid laner, not, oh look, I can clear the back wave of minions. Woo!
Yeah, ouais. Donc la méta est pas... C'est pas la méta des assassins où tu peux voir du bout.
No, well, it hasn't been assassin meta in a while, but I mean, no one's trying to play Azir, no one's trying to play Akali. Hell, people aren't even trying to play Mel. When they play Mel, they throw her bot lane for some fucking reason. Come on, just play champions that can do damage. There are plenty of mid laner mages that can do damage. You just have to build them to do damage. And you gotta play champions that do damage. Oh man, Cassiopeia has been open all fucking season long. Do you know how many times we've seen Rise? Hello? Cassiopeia, Anivia. There are answers. You don't. Faker said himself, you don't even have to know how to play Anivia to play Anivia. It just plays itself. So I think Royalty is gonna get some bonus points. I think he's one of the bigger shining lights, at least on this team. And from what I've seen, he's a decent carry player. His support is definitely a very good enchanter player. But Zaruk, let's rank Zaruk real quick. It's gonna be fast. Zaruk has the very poor problem of being an enchanter main force in a non-enchanter meta. Look, we get it. Seraphine, Lulu are fun to play. But do they work with every team comp? I mean, Lulu probably does because she can engage. But Seraphine, we can't slam the e-girls every time, girl. We need some mucho man engage. Because, you know, Roger Maniac's playing the fucking Aatrox or Ambessa. You gotta give him a butt buddy. Play the Rakan, play the Alistar, play the Nautilus. Come on, Zuru, give me something to fiend on. And no, do not give me the legendary clip of you letting Jovlex in a scrim get killed by a skill shot you could have blocked with Braum. Because that was a hell of a fun highlight. Like, Braum Unbreakable, I give you a scenario, right? Playing against, I think it's a Vex, right? Vex goes for the ultimate. Braum jumps out of the way, lets Jovlex get assassinated. J'étais mort de rire. J'étais mort de rire on stream, and that is a meme that I still use to this day. Yeah, I'm gonna put Zaruk in the bottom of genuinely good, but there's an underlying condition here. This is for enchanters only. Her if we are looking at an overall play, which we can't really because she hasn't given us much engage to even look at this season. Enchanter play is fantastic, but the engaged play, kind of like my bestie Amanda Whale, is kind of lacking. I'd love to see more, and you got to be a little bit of a risk taker, especially if you're a support in this league. Just look at Zavi Fizz, look at Shanks. They have made a name for themselves. Yeah, yo, Bird, why don't you play Lulu Jungle? Like, lock in Lulu Jungle game 1, be like, yo, Zuluk, you're playing a Rakan. Engage Lulu Jungle, bro. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna put him bottom. I want to put her bottom of genuinely good because genuinely as a support, she's fantastic. I said not. She's definitely not peanut tier. Whoa, bro, she's not bad, but you know, the most limiting factor for enchanter players is that they only end up playing like 2 to 3 champions. They have mastery like 35 on like Yumi and shit that's just never been relevant since they got reworked. And that's all they play in like solo queue. Which kind of sucks, but I want to see more out of Zuhuk. I know what she can do, and I want to see more. And now Royalty, I think, does Royalty play the flavor of the month? No, he doesn't. Okay. I see a little bit of Yunara, okay. But we're not churning out. 15-4 loss in normals? Damn, that's crazy. How do you lose that? How do you lose that Royalty? 80 carry Aurelian Soul, bro? What the... Man, je me pose des questions, Royalty. Je me pose des... Warren Smell on Zaya? Okay. I've seen enough. We're gonna put Royalty in. As much as it's a dismay, I'm gonna put him top of Ramis. Okay. I want to see more out of this guy. I feel like there's untapped potential, and sometimes he lets his support kind of steal the limelight. In terms of what he can and can't do. Now. We're moving on to Nordians. So before I do my show notes, because I have some show notes here for Nordians, we're gonna give a shout out. First up, I'm gonna give a shout out to Strikey for finally learning a 4th champion in his champion pool. I need a hand clap in the chat, guys. This guy finally learned that only playing 3 champions in Tierlist is bad. He's finally picked up at least a 4th champion. And Tupapa has stopped only playing Ivern. Other than that, yeah, that's the shout out. There's nothing else to say. Now on to my show notes.
Fait que c'était ça la note que tu veux que je te rappelle tantôt?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hopefully you guys found it entertaining. They are strays thrown at these players, but hey, you know, à la fin de la journée, c'est hilarious. So, Nordians had to revamp the entire roster. I'm not sure why, but they did. Basically, they kept striking and they kicked everyone else out. They had a very shaky start, and they looked hella promising in the promotional tournament. But it feels like they had a really hard time adapting to Fearless. Ended up making a decent comeback to finish top 3. So kind of like Love You, they managed to, you know, start getting some W's. And like KT, they just blasted off into space, baby. Because that's what it's all about. Alright, so now let's talk about Reg. Reg is one of the clear win cons for this team. But there are clear conditions for this win con. It's the set. This man's set looks so damn good. It makes highlights every time he gets to play. When he's not on set, you know, it's set. Oh yeah, set and singed. Okay, this man's champion pool is awkwardly special, and it's meant to punish people who disrespect him. Set and
J'ai aucun
singed
respect pour son adversaire.
Oh yeah, no, 100%, bro. If you are locking in Singe in a bad matchup and winning, bro, like I don't know, like fucking absolute fucking cinema. Cue the memes, you know, like. But like the set, you know, we've seen the Omaiwa Moshinderu 80 carry 100% FTKs at the Dragon Pit. I forget who got one shot, but I think it was Royalty. Yeah, it was Royalty. Royalty was like, dear God, no! And then it wasn't Singed versus the... Who was the Singed versus?
Le Somme... Attends, je vais voir si c'était cette semaine ou la semaine passée. Hein. Ouais, c'était contre Blossom Game 2 la semaine passée qui a joué Singe. Puis... Ben, il a joué plus qu'une fois, mais...
Yeah, no, but the highlight Singe reel where he's just tagging everybody, going for the triple kills, baby, throwing people back, be like, oh, yeet! I'm gonna show you how Kobe Bryant wanted to die, yeet!
Je sais de quel clip tu parles, mais je me rappelle plus c'est contre qui il TP puis il fait juste courir dans 8 personnes. C'était-tu contre Blossom ou c'était...
I don't know. I think when the Chiefs were doing VOD review or whatever, I snuck into the Discord and we were watching the Singe highlight play. I forget from what week, but maybe the players know. But anyways, I feel like this player on his pocket picks, cream of the crop, sample song. He looks fantastic on them. Off his pocket picks, I mean, if you play accordingly against this man, he is easily punishable, I feel. I feel like he's still in the genuinely good category. I'll put him in the genuinely good category because I feel like he's genuinely a good top laner. But off his pocket picks, you know, like, he goes from, like, Calciac's Prodigy to not Calciac's Prodigy at
Fait
all.
qu'on le met dans GG ou dans CC?
Not on GG.
Dans GG.
Yeah. All right. To Papa, like I said, you know, he finally learned to play a champion that wasn't just Ivern, which is great because I mean you're playing Fearless, and it's a best of 3, so you gotta win more than one game. You gotta win 2 games. So you know, if the Ivern game is a guaranteed W, right? Then you know you gotta find other avenues to victory. So I think. Given, you know, the up and coming rise of this team, you know, in the later stages of in the later stages of the season, we can put him. I think we can put him. He rose from if he had stayed as an Ivan Munchik, he would have been probably in the peanut or not peanut tier. But I think we can put him in the Ramis okay tier. I feel like he's climbed up a little bit to merit the Ramis okay. Now Strikey is a player I've roasted this entire season. And I made fun of his very, very small champion pool. Probably reflecting something very small in his life as well, you know. Vince probably correlates to this as well, but Vince doesn't have a small champion pool. He just has...
Fallait que je compense à quelque part.
Yeah. I think Strikey has made some comeuppance, and you know, he's kind of looked better than what we've rated so far. So I think we can put Strikey in genuinely good. He's made some clear and definite improvements to the problems that he's had facing earlier on the season, and now especially his laning has gotten a lot better, and feels like his team fighting is a little bit more crisp. What?
C'est parce que j'ai manqué. Non, ouais, mais c'est parce que tellement pas le temps d'écouter de game que.
No. For players, it's a little hard for players to give review if you spend half your time playing the games, the other half practicing. You don't really have time to do VOD review for other teams for scouting purposes. That's why my VODs are here. So, you know, you don't have to watch games during game day. You can always watch them during your time off. Alright, now let's talk about Altikor. I think Altikor, there's a problem with Altikor, and the Altikor problem is the man plays like two champions. I don't know if this has been fixed, but like this guy is known as an Ashe player, and I think he can play Kai'Sa. But
moi j'aurais dit Jinx.
Okay, so Jinx. Oh yeah, Jinx and Ashe. Yeah. Very often one pick is taken away against him, and then the other is just banned. So sometimes it feels like we haven't seen him reach his potential. So, you know,
I think best of 5 là.
Yeah, I'm gonna, given how small his champion pool is, you know, I'm gonna put him in the Pina after school special. He's gonna join Batan in the Pina. Yeah, we've had this discussion before. If you don't know how to play more than X champions in a best of 5, you're basically a liability. Balticlé though, I like. I'm a fan of Balticlé. His engaged support champion pool looks nice. And he's a very aggressive player. Unlike Altikor, who doesn't always have all the marbles in his head at the same time, it feels like Porteclé definitely is a little bit better at making these important decisions. And I think in the bot lane, it's you know, he's the one wearing the pants. So I think we could put him in the Ramis okay. Because, you know, like, at the end of the day, you know, it's the third place team, but, you know, like, just because you play engaged champions doesn't mean you're going to hit cream of the crop. Yeah, I know, I've seen the comments on, I've heard comments of, oh, man, they play Alistar, they're like S tier, like, bro, come on, it isn't that easy, okay? Alright, now, we're going to talk about the Chiefs. And I'm pretty sure Shanks, Heavy, or Worgen are around. Because they've been typing in the chat. So, to Heavy or Shanks, do you want to come defend the actions and the crimes that your team has committed this season? Before I get into my show notes. I'll give you 30 seconds to reply. Because you'll only last 30 seconds of the call. Alright. I'm going to add Heavy to the call.
Oh, fair.
Heavy, what the fuck's your name?
C'est Heavy, frère.
But motherfucker, no one adds me, so I can't. I can't. What? No, I swear I've sent him a message before. Bro, how? Wait. I don't even see him in the list. Bro, can you add him? Or have he send me a message or whatever. Like, bro, I don't even see you in the Discord list. We're gonna have to speak about you playing FF14. But that's probably gonna be for another time.
Ouais, non, ça c'est une autre discussion à part.
So I'm pretty sure your teammates have already rattled your ass off. Okay. There you go.
C'est correct pour Evie, je vais regarder. Je sais j'y ai déjà écrit aussi.
There you go. I should be able to.
MVP. Je l'ai
There you go. I've added him. All right. Hello,
Bon
Mr.
matin.
Heavy. Okay.
Bonjour,
so
bonjour.
You have 30 seconds to defend and or roast your team for the crimes you've committed this season. Go ahead. I will elaborate on the crimes after you leave.
Les crimes, ok, ben les crimes, écoute, on a perdu 2 séries, ok, là, c'est tout ce que je vais dire.
Ok.
Il y en a une qui était un petit peu expected contre i7. On va pas en parler trop.
Yeah.
On a fait des affaires assez unholy, fait qu'on va laisser ça là. Puis, ben, hier, on s'est relâché un petit peu. Fait que bravo à Team Extreme. Ils nous ont pogné off-guard pas mal. Puis, ben, ça va juste nous faire réaliser qu'on doit un petit peu mieux jouer pour les playoffs.
Ok.
Motivation de fin de saison, Bonstu nous a fait de la même. Là.
Exactement. C'est relatable pour ça.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you, Heavy, for coming in for the lightning round defense.
Thank you,
Merci. Bonne soirée.
Sorry. All right. Ahem. I am gonna now get into the show notes, and we have some nicknames for some of these players that I have created. All right.
Vas-y, parle-nous des crimes. Là.
All right. So first and foremost, why are we playing Zach top when Sion's open?
T'as pas en game 3, ça, par contre?
Why is Sion open?
Il était open, attends, je vais aller voir.
Yep, Sion was open. Why are we not giving counter pick to Shanks, who's been known to have some fantastic pocket pick supports that go to town, and he even has clips made of his like Zillion and Bard. But we are making this man blind pick into unfavorable laning scenarios where he can't get anything done.
Je savais que tu disais de la sauce, je suis allé confirmer si on n'était pas open game 3. Fait que tu vas retirer tes paroles.
Okay, but why was Sion open during the series?
Si on a été joué game 2 par notre ami Morgan Freeman, et c'était une win.
Okay, my bad. I
Puis,
just, you know,
Zach,
I saw game one, and I was like, yo.
Puis quand on joue Zach, c'est toujours en l'honneur de Monsieur JC. Fait que moi, je respecte le pick.
Okay, I don't, because it's elo inflated. It's ego and elo inflated. Alrighty. So Shanks told me to blame Worgen for yesterday's mishap. So my new nickname for Worgen, Freeman, we're going to transform Morgan Freeman into worse than dogshit Freeman. That's the nickname that Shanks allowed me to put on his moniker. Yeah, and honestly, it was very funny. I had a long conversation with Shanks over a league, and yeah. Let's just say it was funny. I feel bad for Pupu, especially because of what happened in Game 3. Man was 15-4 on Poppy, doing probably the most unholy things, trying to carry his team that was kicking and screaming across the field. like BLG's night, he really tried. He really tried to win that series, but the team was like, oh hell no, bro, we're losing. All right, so lesson learned. There's Olaf PTSD. There's 100% Olaf PTSD. So use it as you may. And now back to my show notes. All right. So the solo lanes are kind of ass in pressured scenarios. Looks at Worgen. The jungle tries too hard to carry. The fact that he doesn't play any conventional meta junglers, is very interesting. AD carry isn't Gumayushi. He lacks clutch factor. I'm sorry, Heavy. I'm going to bring up the Jhin into Sion game once again. 4 shots into the Sion, the W stays active. An ally has been slain. Support. Well, he's a support, and he can't carry if not on his niche picks, and that Shanks is doing what he can on his like special picks, but we're not giving him any possibility for counterplay. When it comes to Carrier, people always glaze at Carrier, go to Carrier this, Carrier that. Carrier gets counterpick whenever Carrier asks for it, okay? Shanks, he could be on his hands and knees sucking your cock, you still wouldn't give him counterpick. So you can't overglaze Carrier, because Carrier is like spoon-fed everything he's ever asked for. And whenever Shanks asks for something, he's told to shut the fuck up. And last but not least, how far can the gimmick go before normally played champs in pro are played in most roles? Because the thing with this team is that it's honestly it's the press random button in ARAM or Arena, and then you press lock in. You press it 3 times, you press lock in. Sometimes you never know if they're going to pick something conventional. The team doesn't always make much sense when it comes to like synergy-based statistics. And that's a big problem because you guys know League of Legends is a team game, right? But you know what's also part of a team game? The drafts. And when you guys don't even know what you're drafting, the champions can't know what they're supposed to do if they're never known to work together in the first place. So that's my show notes. Hopefully it wasn't too hard. Hopefully not too many feathers have been ruffled. But that's what I have written for them. Now let's talk about Morgan Freeman first. Honestly, I feel like Morgan's had some good games, but he is a Pina style player. And I think I'm just going to put Worgen in, I'm going to put him in the not Pina tier, but like the very bottom of the not Pina tier.
Okay.
The man just doesn't play enough League of Legends, and when he plays League of Legends, well, sometimes, he wants to bust out these like crazy pocket picks, but he doesn't put in enough practice for it to actually see any fruitful results, and when he does try new things, they genuinely don't tend to work out. So no offense, Morgan, it's great to be creative. But to be creative, you gotta spend more time playing League than you do playing Final Fantasy. Yep.
C'est ça l'erreur.
Yeah, that's the... why when you spend more... Like, League is a game that requires commitment. It's kind of like a girlfriend. If you deny her the love and attention she needs, she's gonna grow cold, bitter, and resilient against you. And it's gonna be harder to get things done. Just like women, League needs to be treated properly. You can't just be saying slurs and racist jokes all day long. And it is what it is. Now let's talk about Poo-Poo. The legendary Mr. Havoc Sensei. The guy that got banned for a week. Because let's just say he reenacted some 1940s roleplay in DMs with someone in the community. And he got punished for it. So this guy loves playing solo queue junglers. But I can see one big problem with that is that, it doesn't always go the way he wants it to go. If, he played conventional things like, like the Zinzal, the Wukong, the Pantheon. And look, I get it, they may not be the funnest things to play in solo queue, but, they're at most, they're not the worst thing in the world. It's not like we're asking you to play Yuumi jungle. Maybe you could, play something a little more conventional, makes it easier to build team comps around. Because, when you're slamming Diana every game, if your mid laner isn't fucking playing Yasuo or Yone, and you don't have, a Malphite in the top lane, hey, we're trying to build a Wombo teamfight combo, but then we don't draft the Wombo, and then things get crazy because we're picking Jhin into a Scion and stuff, and it's just, I'm sorry, Heavy, that meme's never gonna die. I think Poo-Poo is genuinely good, but his ego gets ahead of his mechanical prowess, and the man only wants to do one thing, and he just honestly wants to slam like Diana, I forget what else. Comfort over anything dans le Bublo. Fair enough. Fair enough, but you could learn to be comfortable on said meta relevant picks because You know, there's a reason why they're good in pro, because the ease of execution is easier. So it's easier to focus on smiting when, you know, you're not worried about getting one shot. So I think we could put Havoc in genuinely good. If the champion pool was a little bit more expansive, it's very niche, and I don't know how far it's gonna go in a best of 5 fearless if it goes the distance, because it definitely can be punished. But I feel like Pupu is genuinely a really good jungler. It's just, you know, Pupu is the kind of guy that spends 2,000 games a year playing solo queue, and in those 2,000 games, he hasn't found time to play 50 games of Xin Zhao, Pantheon, or Wukong, which is honestly very, very surprising.
C'est sûr que c'est pas les games qui manquent à Poupou.
Ouais, non, c'est pas les games qui manquent, c'est le champion expansion, because, you know, when 81, like 70% of your games are played on a single champion, bro, you get to play it once, and then what? Your year's gone? Like, no practice, no whatever on whatever else? Okay, now, so Shanks is the support, so we're going to rank Maverick Bob next. And I'm going to be a little hard on Maverick Bob. And I feel like, you know, sometimes traditional mages, you know, like, we get it. It's boring to play Orianna, Azir, Talia, Ryze, right? But, you know, sometimes I feel like, especially team compositionally, it could be 14 better than LoL, to be honest. Huh?
FF14 meilleur que LoL, pour ça que Worgen il va pas.
Yeah, but Worgen, you're playing on a team, bro. You gotta put some effort. We get it. The game sucks right now for top laners because you're just getting abused by ranged top laners in solo queue, and then you don't get the practice to tank matchups or whatever. But
je suis d'accord avec lui, le League of Legends, ça suce. Aussi bien pas jouer.
But look, we got the winter,
we're
getting the winter map, bro. You can't tell me winter map isn't peak. Like, and also we have Cocaine Abrams. If you don't like Cocaine
Ouais,
Abrams,
ça fait genre 10 ans qu'on a pas vu la winter map, là, c'est tout.
Hey, I lived the winter map, okay? I'm sorry.
Retourne jouer des Hide in Bush en 2 millions. Là.
Oui. So I feel like Maverick Bob, just like Pupu, you know, the champion pool could use a little bit more, you know, effort.
Je suis curieux s'ils vont refaire les swaps qu'ils ont fait comme nous. Je sais pas si, comme Shank a dit, là, si c'était juste pour nous mettre off ou parce que c'était quelque chose qui avait coûté.
I don't think we're gonna see Engage Syndra into a Sion. I really don't think we're gonna see Engage. Arrête de jouer alors vite que j'ai gagné de saison de ma macro et Internet, s'il vous plaît.
Je parle de solo queue, je joue à l'équipe, moi j'ai du fun, là, mais jouer en solo queue, je catch me outside.
Yeah. No, honestly, ARAMs with friends is probably one of the funnest times to have. Because, you know, it's like just fun, laid-back team fighting simulators. But getting back to Maverick Bob, you know, we've seen the Aurora, we've seen the Ziggs, and we've seen the Vel'Koz. Are we going to see anything else? Maybe.
Ben, Aurora, il a joué ses champions Vel'Koz, Ziggs, Aurora de nouveau.
Yeah, no, but we've seen 3 champions. So unless they 3-0, and the champions are not banned half the time, you know, like, maybe we need... Yeah, Mayhem, ARAMs are goated. Yeah, honestly, I love losing to a Kog'Maw with 15,000 range. That's been the funniest shit ever. We encountered Silas that did 150k damage. Honestly, bro, Giant Slayer plus Shadow Flame, bro, man, dude was going... It was one-shotting our Mundo! Bro, it was... Yeah, anyways, I want to see a little bit... I think we can put Maverick Bob, like, at the top of genuinely good. I don't like... I'll be honest, for the cream of the crop, it feels kind of rough, but I feel like so far not many players have really, like, earned it. Cause Fig, je dois flex le monde for fun. No, please, Maverick Bob, please don't like flex playing like. Please just give us an Orianna or a Ryze game, bro. Come on, like we know you can play the champion. We know you can play the damn champion, bro. Just go 30-0, force a Ryze ban for the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, il a le droit de jouer Orianna, Ryze, Azir.
I would love to see Azir. I would love to see Azir in Academy because I know we have Azir players in. Honestly, we eliminated one of the probably better Azir players in Academy with Dr. Caron But here's hoping that we get at least one Azir game from your fucking Ebola in playoffs. Okay, like please just do it for me. Just do it for
On a joué
me.
à Azir cette semaine, on a perdu. Pourquoi on jouerait sur un sale champion de merde? Genre, on a lose. Genre, pas de ma faute, mais comme Evie joue, là, genre, en best of 3, là,
Hey, look,
t'as pas besoin de sortir n'importe quoi, là.
yeah. But look, Maverick, I'm not asking you to play Oriana. I'm just saying, you know, I feel like le gars qui mène Azir dans cette ligue, il est même pas capable de...
Donc, sur papier, les deux joueurs d'Azir sont out, by the way, Throne puis Dr. Core.
Hey, hello,
Ça, je dirais.
Ebola.
Ben, sur papier, c'est pas où il joue, là, mais.
Ben, il peut jouer.
Je le considère pas un Azir.
I don't know. He has more wins than losses on it.
Ouais, mais c'est comme je te dis, mais en termes de game dans la ligue, je pense que c'est lui qui l'a plus
Wait,
joué.
no, yeah. My Fruits is here though, but I don't know, like, I don't get to cast the Age Blossom games. I will cast
Ah, ben ça tourne là,
the
je suis
playoffs
complètement
match.
chômeur, là. Ouais, j'ai dit qu'il était out, mais il est pas out, là. Je suis complètement délulu, là.
Yeah,
Mais si
you
je regarde
are.
son profil, il y a son deuxième ben, en termes de mastery, c'est Azir, son deuxième most played, puis son putain de GP, là, à la con, là, mais c'est vrai que je sais pas, il était-tu ban? Il me semble qu'il a pas sorti de la saison. En tout cas, on va bien voir en playoff.
Well, I mean, when you don't know who's shot calling, Azir can be kind of hard to make plays with. So I can understand it. And now let's talk about Heavy. And I think Heavy is, you know, I sound like a robot at this point, but I think Heavy is genuinely good. But though this season, you know, I'm gonna have to put him in Ramis okay. Like I said, he's not Gumayushi. He lacks clutch factor. When we have played ARAMs, he has looked great, but he's looked better in ARAMs than he has the entire season in Academy. So I'm gonna put him right next. I'm gonna put him.
Des augments bustés.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he picks range augments on like Zaya, and he kind of goes to town. But yeah, we're gonna put him right next to Royalty. I like his champion pool. I like his playstyle, but one, it feels like we almost never play around him, and two, when we do play around him, he picks champions that kind of like handicap himself, like picking Jhin into 3 tanks.
I mean, c'est one. C'est sûr que c'est un mauvais move, mais moi je l'aurais mis au moins en GG. Là.
Like bottom of GG?
I mean, tantôt tu disais qu'il n'y avait pas de bottom ni de top, fait que je le mettrais juste en GG.
Yeah.
Fait que là,
okay. Alright, and now Shanks, you know, I'm gonna put Shanks in cream of the crop, honestly. I lied about no one being in cream of the crop. There's gonna be a few entries in cream of the crop, but honestly, look, I'm glazing the shit out of Shanks, not just because he played Alistar in his latest series, alright? There are other factors that are determining my judge. Honestly, this man well, yeah, no, but when you commit a crime, no matter how many times you've committed a crime, bro, the crime, it follows you, bro. Like, your criminal record will follow you for the rest of your life, okay? I love watching Shanks play support. It is very refreshing to see a mid lane player kind of being new to the role, picking all these fun, weird, niche support champions, you know, instead of going the ego route or the I go to the gym masses engaged champions, you know, he's playing the Zillion, he's playing he's playing the Zillion, he's playing the Bard, he plays shit like Viger and stuff. You know, like, it's just all like funny, quirky champions that are like super fun to see in the support position. In mid lane, they're boring as fuck to watch. But like in the support position, I mean, this guy has made highlight reels levels of plays. Like flashing to save his mid laner, and then in the same team fight, healing to save that same mid laner, baiting the enemy team into taking a team fight that they should have won, but they didn't because big fucking brain Zillion. Also, his bomb placement on Zillion's kind of nice, you know. He often gets the kaboom stuns, you know. Yeah, and that's my rating for the Chiefs. Now, look, I know I am dick glazing, meat riding, cocksucking Shanks, but honestly, out of all the players here on the Chiefs, he's the one who's shown probably the most improvement and the most ingenuity when it comes to being a player that cares about improvement. Because, he started the season not even knowing how to play support.
Bon, non. Shanks, c'est un ancien main support. On va pas
I
capoter
don't
non
know,
plus,
man.
mais-
I am basing myself off what I know. If you want to go on former glories, okay, I used to be good at the game, okay? But you don't see me
Non, mais
ranking myself in my own tier
ça
list.
fait 15 ans que le mec il joue, puis je te garantis qu'il a joué beaucoup de temps support.
Okay,
là, dans-
okay. Look. From the time that I met Shanks, he was a mid laner. Okay, he was not a support player. And so this season for me, this is his support debut.
Ok, oui, yes. C'est la première année qu'il joue à la Ligue, je pense, cette année.
Yeah, winky base. All right, now let's talk about high 7. I have. Give me a second. I'm getting pinged.
C'est ça, il protégeait déjà le président au mid, là, il est habitué.
Norse. Je jouais le protect du president au mid pour papa. Alright. So, now getting on to high 7, okay? So, there are allegations.
Ouais, Rio était jungle main. Tabarnak, que j'ai pas mes trucs à l'ordre, là.
Yeah, so see, if he's a jungle man, then he doesn't even know how to buy a support item, okay? Like, come on. You
Il
know,
sait comment
junglers-
acheter des pings, en tout cas.
Ben oui, ça oui, mais est-ce qu'il sait comment les placer? Ça c'est une autre question. But anyways, enough. I will take Shanks's 15-inch cock out of my ass, and let's talk about high 7. All right. So there have been some allegations, and we need to address them in front of the council. Okay. You guys are being accused of elo sitting to maintain points.
Yeah.
Are you confessing to the crime?
I mean, on joue effectivement pas au jeu, fait que.
Ah.
Mais on peut considérer Hello Sitting. J'ai peut-être 2 solo queue depuis que j'ai fini mes games minimum pour la Eternal. Fait que même chose pour mon mid, même chose pour Dars. Le seul qui joue dans notre équipe, c'est notre support. Fait que. Est-ce que c'est du Hello Sitting? Je dirais pas le contraire. Là.
Alibaba le God. But, okay.
Les accusations sont fines, là, je veux dire. Quand tu checkes les profils, personne joue au crise de jeu de bonhomme. Fait que c'est sûr que c'est normal de se faire dire qu'on est au site. Là.
Alright, so let me go into my show notes, alright? So it says elo sitters that don't get punished wins anyways. Only feared playing versus Los Luzerinos. The Bonzito 0-35 power spike is scary, yes. Everyone can agree that once you reach 35 deaths in a game, but Tabarnak, you just go Ultra Instinct and the Nexus explodes. Dominated all other matches. The favorites for winning the current league.
Ouais.
Anything to say about my show notes, or?
I mean, comme j'ai dit tantôt, une chance que Los Luzerinos sont hautes parce que je pense qu'on aurait FF, là. C'est sûr que c'est eux qui gagnaient la ligue.
Ouais.
Encore été là, fait que...
Dr. Caro et Bandito là avec leur crazy ass. Bob, wait, why do you and Shanks have? Wait, why is Pupu not sharing this pink wards? Wait, why is the mid laner warding more than their jungler? Bob.
Ah, c'est genre. J'aimerais ça avoir un mid qui ward, moi, man. Ça serait-tu beau jouer avec un mid qui ajoute des pinks?
A player swap Ebola for Maverick Bob.
Ça fait 2 splits, là, qui a acheté 0 pink ward dans 2 splits, et de moi quelqu'un, faut que je mette tout mon goal là-dedans.
Alright, so let's talk about Dars. I think Dars is going to be our clear candidate for cream of the crop top lane. Well, I mean, the guy looks great. He has had Poo has one big one. Hey, to be fair, that puts him 100% above everyone else who has failed to buy a big one. So he's 100 times better than whoever has it. Alright, so we're going to put Dars in cream of the crop. This guy has really expanded his champion pool and now drawing bans on stuff like Gwen, and you see why he draws bans on stuff like Gwen if you watch the Los Luzerinos series, because this man just went to town. It didn't have that amazing of an early game as the Gwen, But as the game ran through, it seemed that, once you have grubs and you're playing Gwen, even if you're behind, the turrets kind of just disappear. And it just backdoored for free. And that was game one between Loserinos and High 7. It was honestly a very close match, and then Dars was like, fuck it, we're base racing.
Là, c'était tendu de voir la fin. Mon homme, après ce game-là, j'avais plus de voix. Là. Ça a tout pris notre chance pour gagner ce game-là. On aurait dû se faire 2-0 mercredi, by the way, là, puis Bandito aurait passé. Là, mais le game 1, on est allé la voler, sincèrement. Là.
Yeah.
Parce que,
I thought it was going to be a clean 2-0 because like Los Loserinos were in control, and then suddenly I see Dars hitting the Nexus, and I'm like, oh god, no way! What, they only sent one player to stop this Gwen? Like the combo can't stop it, and it was the XPEG of all time, baby. All right, so we can put Dars in cream of the crop because honestly, his champion pool looks fantastic. His laning looks great, and he's even had some nice performances in Prestige this season. So, like, he's definitely getting practice against some higher elo players, and he can hold his own in certain circumstances. So, it really hasn't looked that bad. We're going to talk about Mr. Roxanne Bruno. You are definitely, this season, you are definitely known as the Smite Master, the Gren Stealer. Yeah, Shanks, I am not getting off your cock. You are gonna ride me to the bathroom. You are staying S tier, bro. You have proven, Vince, that you have the Smite key enabled in Smite fights because it's your objective. And people try to 50-50 you, they lose. Because it's more like 90-10 for the most of it. You show up at Atacon, not ready to take it, you just take it. You show up at Dragon, you flash over the wall, who gives a fuck, you take it. You take blast going into the parapet to flash out, you still take it. You're just like, it's my goddamn objective. So we're going to put you in cream of the crop for the jungle. I think, honestly, you've had the consistent standard jungle pool, the Zinzao, Pantheon, Wukong, and that, funnily enough, you perma-banned Wukong against Los Loserinos instead of trying to pick it when you had a chance to play it. So that was very funny. Yeah.
On a joué une game blue, on a essayé de cook. C'est quoi on a fait? Tu piques ce game-là, je sais même plus.
I don't know. You guys tried cooking, but that's when you guys tried to cook. That's when things went to shit.
Non, c'est ça. Il y avait beaucoup de choses à refaire cette soirée-là, puis la draft c'en est une dessus. Là, fait que,
alright.
Je sais pas pourquoi j'ai juste pas piqué là, mais.
Yeah. Now let's talk about Ebola. Honestly, I feel like Ebola is one of like the bigger rough patches when it comes to this team. Because meanwhile, you look at the pedestal, you see Dars, you see Roxanne, and then I can't put Ebola on the same pedestal because one, he refuses to give me the Azir games that I've been asking for all season. Like I've been on my knees begging for consistent Azir games. The man just refuses to play Azir games, and also the laning phase has been kind of jank. It feels like. Outside of like that mid lane he played against Shanks, where Shanks was healing him in the mid lane with engaged Syndra, I don't know. What do you have to say about your own mid laning? Because I honestly I want to put him in Ramis OK.
Mon mid là, j'ai dit d'acheter des pings, t'en achètes pas. J'ai dit de pogner des champions, puis il veut pas. Fait que qu'est-ce que tu veux que je fasse?
Okay,
il veut pas jouer les.
Do you want to put him in Nut?
Non, pas dans notre Pina, mais je veux dire, j'ai les mains liées. J'ai les mains liées quand ce mec il refuse de drafter comme je le veux. Fait que. Il faut que je deal avec. Pour ça qu'on voit tout le temps les mêmes bonhommes, il faut que je fasse avec ce qu'on a. Fait que.
Okay, so if we spend 3 bans on Ebola's 3 most played champions, he'll finally play something new?
Oui, il n'y aura pas le choix, Steve.
Alright, maybe possible game plan, but let's go ahead and put him in Ramis OK. It says a lot that I'm ranking Strikey above Ebola. Because normally that's not the case, but Ebola, I don't know, man. It just, he hasn't shown what he needs to show. Honestly, I really like Bizun and Alibaba. I feel like their bot lane synergy is great. Very aggressive, kind of YOLO style. Even when Ollie's playing an Enchanter support, he's like, yo, fuck it, man. I've got Alistar Q with my ultimates. Put my Sumo Fallen. What? No, but Ebola hasn't looked fantastic this season. I'm sorry. I'm glazing the shit out of you, Dars, because, I mean, on une match sur mérite, but Ebola's just been playing that same, that same cookie tray champion pool, and he hasn't changed anything all season. Il nous a rien montré. Honestly,
Je suis bien d'accord, man.
I'm gonna put Bizun and Alibaba in genuinely good. Yes, look. I know you might not agree that Baba deserves to be in genuinely good, but honestly, with the synergy that they have in the bot lane, they're very aggressive. They get stuff done. And honestly, most of the action in your games outside of Dars, like solo killing the top laner 15 times on Gangplank, kind of happens in the bot lane. Because you're ganking gank the bot lane quite often. But you've got a tent pitched. Like, it's the small dick matters tent, and you're like, all right, I'm waiting for the enemy
Ouais, ben en
support.
fait, je gagne pas top, j'aime pas Dars, fait que je gagne jamais, il faut à chier.
And Ebola doesn't work, so you're like, fuck you!
Ouais, pis l'autre, il veut me go en drap, il pense qu'il va avoir des gangs au milieu de lui.
Alright, so that's gonna be it for the tier list part of the section. We still have our our power rankings pseudo shima that we gotta do, but take a good
Playoff
look.
prediction.
Yeah, the legendary playoff predictions, which for the most part, to be fair, I've been pretty fucking spot on in the past few years, worth of playoff predictions. All right, so now let's look at it objectively. All right, Team Extreme come off a very high winning their final match against the Chiefs, right? You know, they picked the Olaf, they ran through Heavy like he was a used condom. And, well, yeah, they kind of showed him that this isn't ARAM Mayhem, buddy. You're going to have to actually play the fucking game. So, they're coming in. The momentum is high. The adrenaline is up there. High 7, 3-0 les Chiefs en finale. En finale, gardez la tradition. So... I don't think Bob's gonna let that go through, you know? I think Bob
On
wants
l'a fait pour
revenge.
Mamago, on va leur refaire la spéciale en Eternal.
Yeah. Alright, so I think it's gonna be a rough match for Love You, because they didn't even get to play the last match. It got FF'd. So they did do a scrim that night, but my opinion on scrims. Scrims don't really matter if they don't translate to any actual energy. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be close, but hey, if Croab gets to play his secret super awesome pocket picks, maybe Team Extreme take it 3-2. But if Love You are not drunk and drafts properly, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 3-1 Love You. So I'm gonna advance Love You ahead. Did you have the thing where you're gonna do the copy paste the image to show my play?
Bon,
Yeah.
je vais faire le tien, mais je ferai pas les miens. Ben, je vais juste embarquer. Moi, je pense qu'il y a du momentum, je mettrai Extreme en ce moment. Qui passe.
But momentum is as easily lost as it is earned, right? If game 1 goes sour and we see NPC Pomp and NPC Chias. Sorry, Gap. Sorry. Chias is his new nickname.
Si Hydro-Québec veut bien, là.
Yeah. What if there's an employee of Hydro-Québec on the Love You squad and he just somehow gets a phone call saying, yo, coupe la ligne 46B. A player has been disconnected, and then the 30 minutes pass, and it's an advantage.
C'est si vite arrivé.
Hey, yo, just ask your distant cousin to do the Allahu snack bar into the portal. That would be crazy. All right, now we're looking at the more interesting match because, well, Nordians and Blossoms, the champion pools kind of match. Like, Batan has kind of tried to blossom into an Ivern main to try and get away from the Skarner allegations, but it clearly hasn't worked. Then there's the Viego that they both play. Hopefully not Collector first or Collector in the build at all. But I'll be honest, given how Blossom kind of they just got fucked. Like they just took the pegging personally. When Nordians handed it to them. Because I think the last...
Il avait gagné, toi. Je suis allé voir vite, là.
Nah, Nordians
Première
won.
rencontre...
I'm pretty sure Nordians won their last match.
Non, mais je parle entre Blossom puis Nordian. Non, ils s'étaient fait 2-0. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. Unless there's some kind of fuck up in the history of the system, I'm gonna say 3-0 Nordians.
Je suis d'accord que ça va être... Ça va être une rough one pour Blossom. C'est sûr que je donnerais le
Yeah,
edge à
but because
Nordian.
we'll have to see, one, if Johnny goes Super Saiyan. Two, if Batan actually shows up, or if it's shit end that we've seen all season. And three, if the AD carry and mid are actually gonna start performing, because I don't know, I haven't gotten a chance to see much out of either of them, so.
C'est sûr que les winning conditions à Blossom sont pas mal plus dures que, mettons, Extreme contre le View.
Oh yeah,
step
no,
up,
but then it's gonna have to not do the Seeker tilt, the legendary Seeker tilt.
On garde le mental, puis ça peut être 5 games. Ça peut être une grosse...
It could be 5 games, yeah. Definitely, because they do share, like, the jungle pool is, like, basically the same for Tupapa and Batan. Outside of maybe the Skarner pick.
Au top, c'est sûr qu'ils ont chacun leur playstyle. En jungle, ils ont effectivement pas mal le même champ pool.
I mean, to be fair, I would love to see like Set versus Mundo top. I want to see the double push.
En tout cas, c'est sûr que moi, je veux voir 2-5 games le dimanche. Ben, je dis dimanche prochain.
I hope it's
peu
not
importe quand les
both
séries
Sunday.
sont.
Yeah. Please let it not both be the same day. So I'm advancing Nordians.
Ouais, ben j'avais déjà mis, j'avais compris.
Moi, tu l'avais mis, mais ça n'a pas apparu on screen.
Ah, tu le vois pas? Moi, je le vois de mon côté, c'est pour ça. Excuse. Attends. Ah, t'as raison, l'image est comme... Attends, je vais essayer de quoi? Ouais.
I refreshed. It didn't show.
Des fois, ça a un petit bug, là.
Yeah.
C'est ça de même, quoi.
It's the buggiest.
Que tu le vois de même?
No.
Nope, il se cache en dessous.
Is there not a way to like move him to the like front layer or whatever?
Ouais, c'est ça, faut que je le...
I don't know how to use Excel. I use...
Ça fait longtemps.
Yeah.
Longtemps que j'ai fait ça. Faut que je le mette en priorité. Comment je fais ça déjà? Tu peux continuer, je vais le faire en attendant.
Now looking at High 7 versus Love You, I'll be honest. Unless, like, to be fair, Roger told me there was some secret sauce that they had just for best of fives. I don't know what the secret sauce is, but I'm looking forward to a clean match because out of all the teams remaining that you guys could play against, I think Love You is a team that could possibly take a game or two, maybe try to push the distance, because at least in the top lane, Dars finally has someone that he can respect. It's not someone who's gonna like bow down and be 0-5 at 5. Morgan. Blinky face. So I don't know, and I feel like Love You, their head is like screwed on properly when it comes to drafting or whatever, so they're not gonna like give you guys all these free champion picks that you sometimes get against other teams. Because it feels like some teams just know they're gonna lose, so like they don't even bother trying. So they're just like, yeah, okay, bro, just let me go to McDonald's, bro. Like it's, whoa, what the fuck?
Ah, ben,
Yeet!
On a des gros problèmes techniques ici.
Yeah, sorry. On s'appelle l'Eternal Stream, puis we're struggling. I think honestly, I think it'll be close, but I think you guys should take it 3-1, 3-2 to make it to finals, because it honestly it would be a really big upset if you lose to Love You here.
C'est sûr que techniquement, ça serait un upset.
Because you guys 2-0'd, your
Ouais, qu'on a
regular
joué
season match.
contre 2-0 la première fois qu'on les a croisés. Bon, je fais ça ici.
Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells. Grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. No. Alright, anyways, doesn't matter. Let's just hope for the last info. Okay, yeah, we see high 7 in the finals. Okay, that's
ça marche, mais ok.
Yeah.
Il y a juste Morgan qui veut pas.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I believe the Chiefs should beat Nordians because they did seem to easily win the last time they matched up. So unless Nordians are here to give us the sauce, but the Chiefs have told me that there are things that they have not played yet, that because they have not felt threatened or the need to show anything cool. So, according in the words of Shanks the Wise, yes, I'm calling him Shanks the Wise because he's my throat fucking goat, because Stardust refuses to play in a league. Sorry, Stardust, I love you. I believe the Chiefs should take it, but I don't think it's going to be a clean 3-0. I think we're going to get, no offense heavy, we're going to get either a heavy or a Maverick Bob disrespect game. Where, you know, you just go, fuck it. Roll the dice, lock in Jin, see a Scion, you know? Except this time it's not going to be a Scion, it's going to be Regis set.
Okay.
That's gotta be like, you know what? Morgan's gonna survive the laning phase. We don't need to ban it. Lets it go through. Reg gets a quadra kill at Dragon. The game just ends.
Bon, ça marche pas.
So I think the Chiefs are gonna win, but I think they're gonna take a 3-1 win to make it the finals. Unless Nordians really pull up and give us the upset, because in the regular season match that I believe I may have casted, I don't think it was even close. But I believe in the Reg flex capacity, and you know, Strikey's new champion pool might make Maverick Bob a little bit scared, but who knows? We'll have to see if we get there. And hopefully you guys don't all play the same days at the same time, so that way we can get multiple great casts. Because, you know, all I want at the end of the day is to give you guys some quality content, and I can't give you guys quality content if you guys don't give me content to give you quality with, right?
C'est sûr que pour des best of 5 c'est plus dur par contre la semaine, mais ouais.
No, but there's 2 days during the fucking weekend. Like, come on, someone can play Saturday, someone can play Sunday. You guys can talk between each other and like s'arranger or whatever. Hell, you can even, if both have to play Sunday, some people can play in the afternoon, and then we do a double big cast or whatever. Dimanche 7h Master Race, you're gonna get banned from my Twitch, heavy. I swear to God, bro. I am like this close from clicking the ban user button. After that Jin game, and now you're saying the 7 p.m. Master Race comment, like, oh boy, you're testing me, heavy. You're testing me. But okay, look, we definitely need to see the rematch between the High 7 and the Chiefs, because the Chiefs have told us that they got that special sauce, you know. They definitely take High 7 in a best of 5. They've got that goo sauce that we have never seen coming, and I want to see it. I'm going to be, even if Cano is casting the finals, I don't give a fuck. You guys know where to really tune in to watch the real finals. It's going to be over on my Twitch and YouTube channel. You know, Blake is great, but like, why do you want to hear someone yap in French when you can hear someone cooler yap in English?
Chief H7.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I'll be honest, I'm going to leave it up to the fans' interpretation. By default, this should be a 3-0, because it was a 2-0 last time, and it didn't even look clean. It didn't even look good from the side of the Chiefs. But the Chiefs, you know, they role swapped and drafted badly, so maybe that was the causality. Also, they left Gangplank open. I don't think they're leaving Gangplank open this time. If they leave Gangplank open and Dars comes back to lane 8-0-3 after Grubs, well, I mean, Morgan's going to be 0-15. Yeah, it is lore accurate. It is lore accurate that Vince has a strap-on to peg Poupou with.
C'est le 3-0 curse.
Hey, it's the Team Extreme semifinals curse.
Pour ça que moi, je pense qu'ils passent. Là. Ils n'ont pas le choix de se rendre en semi-finale.
Hey, Poupou. Closeness comes when you're gonna win. Throwing right before a team fight that could change the momentum of the game is not what we call close here in esports. Maybe we call it that in checkers or chess, but we're not playing board games for 4-year-olds. We're playing strategy games for men. At least that's what I want to think what League of Legends is. Even though there's 10-year-olds playing this fucking game. In China, just saying like the F slur and Mum Go Sky orphan boy. So anyways, lore accurately speaking, High 7 take the series, but I want to see 5 games of intense action. And honestly, I want to see Morgan put down the Final Fantasy 14, you know, prep for the week, you know, be ready, body, mind, and soul. And I'm excited to see what special sauce the Chiefs have in order to fight for revenge. Kind of like KT tried to do over T1, but at the end of the day, it just...
C'était un bel essai, c'était vraiment une bonne série.
Yeah. But hey, you know, Guma's leaving T1, so it won't be so free. It won't be so free for T1 next split.
Correct. Je sais pas quel ordre d'essai ils vont prendre, mais Faker va lui donner un trophée.
I think they're taking Pays.
Okay. En tout cas, Pays, c'est à son tour d'avoir un trophée.
Yeah. Alright. So, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the content, as always. I am looking forward to getting to cast these playoff games. And hopefully, you know, we'll get some more fun interviews, some more fun things down the line. And as always, thank you, Vince, for joining me. It's always been a pleasure. Maybe, you know, maybe we can expand and make it a trio cast next year if there is a next time, you know? Maybe, you know, kind of, you know, we got to get a fresh perspective, someone else with unlimited free time.
C'est rare, cette personne-là.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, but if it's in the cards, it's in the cards. I've been your host, The Fallen Sanctum, as always, and we're just to scroll back up. And this is what the tier list looks like, and this is my playoff predictions. So thank you for watching. As always, remember to click that like button on YouTube, click follow on Twitch, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Jeff Bezos money or not, you know, we're here for community-driven content, and there will be some cool tournaments I'll be hosting in December 6th and December 13th. So look out for a post for me on social medias like Discord and whatnot. And we'll have to see you guys next time. Thank you for